as I begin recording. So, the Hammer Strike has been travelling throughout Mayland from east to far west on their way to reach the Morborg and eventually the Tojan Dynasty. Before they left Doonhollow, the Dwarven captain there, Thurdren Brasheim, brought a number of developing situations throughout the country to the attention of the group's newly mantled mountain guard, Arngrim. And throughout their travels, the group has defeated a raiding band of gnolls, encountered some suspect individuals along the roads, encountered a number of ancient dwarven protector golems, studying up on some history with regards to the War of Broken Chains. And now they are investigating why a group of hostile kobolds are attacking caravans along the Hollowman's Way. You soon discovered why, and it seems some Black Hand mercenaries were also investigating, and from the tracks you found, they also discovered why. They and the trading caravans were attacked, dragged back into the nearby Sando thicket, and fed to a young green dragon deep in the forest, whose lair had attracted a small arboreal community of forest kobolds. A number of these kobold druids were ritualistically cooking fresh meat and feeding it to the young dragon's subterranean lair. This group of kobolds was led by a shaman, a Sorask, a member of an ancient race of brutal and savage saurian humanoid creatures native to the Ioshan rainforest. It was soon discovered why this creature was so far from its homeland, as the young green dragon was in fact a scion, offspring of an infamous green dragoness called Verdavang, the Verdant Blight. Her history intertwined with that of the Sorask. After a failed attempt by Grunker to sneak into the village centre, falling and rage face planting into the dirt, you rushed into battle, seeking to bolt into the centre of the village and dive down the hole into the dragon's den. However, you were ambushed as the dragon buried its way through the earth and burst up and out behind your flank. Vellum drew the dragon's ire with a well-placed javelin crit, and the village rallied behind their nascent demigod. However, Liska jabbed it from the skies, and as it plummets to the ground, this is where we leave off.
We did there again. And hopefully we won't die. Ah, yes, I remember now.
Now, I have to ask, have you started recording?
I have.
Good.
I am still grappled, if I recall.
I think that was the case, yes.
Yes, because just because he fell from the sky doesn't mean the grapple would have been broken.
Mm-hmm. So, let us begin again. So, it's the last we left off, it was the Kobold Druid's turn. If I can actually... One second.
I'm very glad Sam has prestidigitation.
Or, you could not be a fuckboy and just grab a bucket of water.
Oh yeah, I mean that was going to be the case if she didn't have it. It's like, okay, we need to find like a lake or a river or something now.
Okay, so the Kobold Druids are out of their heat metal spells. However, they do have a number of cantrips available to them. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 2 druids up on the ledge here, near Arngrim. are going to look towards Vellum, who's still grappled in this creature's claws. And they're going to throw 2 firebolts. I mean, normal. So that's a 19,
Does not hit, thankfully.
a 12.
Yeah. I have AC of 20, by the way.
Yep.
Thank you, Frostbitten Bugdeer.
This druid is going to scurry its way over here, trying to get a better angle. Oh, actually no, it's going to end here.
Yeah, question. This was a fog cloud, right?
It was a fog cloud and an entangled, so it is difficult terrain and it is heavily obscured.
Yep.
And actually, this one was actually going to make its way over.
So that was blind.
Yes. Well, effectively blind Salyan. It's going to turn around to Grunker, throw firebolt. What, 22?
Yeah, it hits.
For 2 points of fire damage, halved because you're resistant.
It's a 1.
Yep.
One moment.
Yeah, if I can actually get into my fucking sheet.
You can do it, I believe in you.
It's just loading for me.
Quick question while he's doing that, Jainer.
Mhm.
What are these boys concentrating on?
I believe
Good to know in case there's anything you might have missed.
that was the entangle.
Ah, yes, okay. Just wanted to be sure.
Well, at least,
Being good
sorry,
people with things.
one of them was concentrating on the entangle. Don't know why it did it for all 3, but regardless, one of them seems to be concentrating on something.
I removed the damage, the HP, so you can keep going.
Okay.
Quick note, Jainer.
Mhm.
This is probably bad news for me, but you certain it wasn't heat metal? Because I'm scrolling up and that's the last thing that was done. There's 2 casts of heat metal in there and their concentration, I believe.
One
yes,
was going to be heat metal on you, but you were in the dragon's mouth, and it's just like, I probably shouldn't hurt the boss. And then,
Okay, yes, I remember.
because you can't double up on a spell on someone, that's
Yeah.
when they cast, I think, Fog Cloud or something.
Yeah.
Okay, just wanted to be sure. Carry on.
So that was so the forest kobold's turn. They're going to now that their demigod is floored on the ground, they're going to start gathering around.
Oh no.
That makes sense.
Oh no. Time for the swarm. Oh boy.
This one's going to clamber down. Due to their forest kobold agility, they do have a climbing speed, so they're able to do that. And over here. A number of these aim their slings towards Liska.
How adorable.
Hey, taking crit. I've been hit a couple times in this fight.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, there's potential for anything. And kobolds are dangerous in pets.
This one is going to just run from Arngrim, provoking.
Armgrim's gonna fucking bracken brick him in the face.
Alright.
Or try to.
Bracken brick.
That's his name. Don't wear it out.
Gonna break your face in.
Grudge Carver is his weapon. Don't mind.
I forgot about the
saying I
sound
did it.
effect.
You just... Yep, that definitely hits.
Oh.
12... Yeah. It is just kobold, just paper mache all over across the floor. Just a sickening crunch against the chest.
Beating that green skin bloodlust.
So, 3 attacks, all with advantage on the Vellum.
Oh boy, here we go. It may be kobolds, but that's an advantage. Say it.
If it will load. There we go. So,
This is why a bunch of kobolds is often regarded as the most lethal thing you can fight.
Oh yeah.
At low
Pack
levels
tactics.
here.
In pack tactic.
Yeah, as they draw these sort of nasty-looking sharpened daggers, that look to be made from dragon's teeth, and so you'll just start stabbing in your direction, Vellum, as you're grappled on the ground, trying to struggling to get up. 18 doesn't
You
hit.
have to beat
19, 20 for 6
Ah.
piercing damage.
Good for you. Now you're gonna die.
The one up on the ledge is going to throw a rock and a sling towards you for 17.
Nope.
Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 sling attacks on Liska. Oh,
Well, you were saying about them critting.
there we go.
That's what I was saying.
for
So
them.
5 points of bludgeoning damage.
That should be 4. Or sorry, that should be
Sorry.
7.
So, yes,
Because the D4 should be
yeah,
minus
we've got crit rolls. So 7 points of bludgeoning damage. 16 misses, 20 misses, another nat 20.
There you go. So that's another 9, so 16 total.
So it's
And this is why adamantine armor.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that was the 4 attacks there. That's I believe their turn. Saoyun, what you doing? You are currently blinded by the fog and you are struggling with difficult terrain.
I am going to... Where the fuck did I put that spell? Right, I changed it out. Fuck. Okay, fuck, piss. There goes my fucking plan.
You probably want to get out of the cloud anyway.
I am going to... Fog Cloud magical.
Yes, I believe it would be. Considering it was cast from a spell. What you doing, Zayan?
I'm reading a spell real quick because I want to make sure that it actually does what it I think it does.
You thinking gust?
No. This might just work, but holy fuck, I'm gonna try it.
Alright,
I'm gonna crawl out of where I am.
okay. You are at
Uh,
half speed.
Following along the wall, so I know where I'm going. So I'm exiting out of the fog cloud to here,
Okay.
Hello.
and I am going to cast Wind Wall.
Alright, so ping that spell.
Oh, clever girl. Dealing with them ranged nonsense.
And I'm going to mark it on the map with a nice white color. It's gonna be here.
Alright, so that would definitely keep the fog at bay.
And if you read on it.
Each creature within
that-
the area must make a 3D strength saving throw. Okay then. So
It is just outside of Willem and Liske.
up to 50 feet.
You can make
long.
that thing 50 feet if you want.
Yeah, it's a big ass thing.
Fuck it, we're going full ham then.
Yeah, I figured you could like bring it down. You were gonna bring it down here to deal with the sling boys.
No, I'm trying to keep you fucks alive.
Oh, that's also
I
good.
mean, you can do both. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. Get the full range. Yeah, you can get that decent amount. You can do any sort of angles and shapes you want.
Oh wait, you can shape the wall any way. Oh.
Yep. Doesn't have to be a straight line.
Yeah.
You can just do fucking right angle turns and fucking all that good shit.
Like
Yeah,
this then.
you have 50 feet to work with.
Actually, let's just spice it up even more. Maybe not fast.
Yeah, that's a bit more than 50 feet.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can get that.
To be fair, yeah, something like that.
You can snap to corners if you hold shift while drawing.
Right.
Polygon lines.
Let me just polygon lines. How does it snap to corners again? It is
Hold shift.
shift.
These poor kobolds are gonna get fucking yoked.
Something like that. Should probably do it in white.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
Well, we get the idea.
There you go.
Yeah. Something like that.
Wonderful.
So each
You make a strength save. The DC is 14.
Yeah, for those two kobolds.
Dragon.
Oh, dragon's
Getting
been
that
too
wind
big.
wall
Oh, yeah,
is
the
actually,
dragon's
you
fine,
know. I'm so used to wall of fire.
yeah. Spice up your walls. I'm gonna get some wind or a water wall or a sand wall.
okay. So strength saving throw.
Okay,
What's the DC?
14.
14. Or take
3d8.
Dragon.
so go ahead and roll 3d8.
and to no one's surprise, the green dragons
save.
made the save.
All right, the kobold. You watch as the wind wall appears from the ground. You watch as it swoops over towards the east. Sorry, swoops over towards the west. You watch as the kobold is just swept along with it and hits a number of rocks, skips, and ends up at the other end, dead.
And Sao will shout momentarily. You have a minute.
Thank you.
And I will keep concentration on this.
All right.
And that is all I can do.
Time for lizard.
Alrighty. The Surask Shaman.
He's got a Groka-shaped problem.
He does indeed. Okay. Interesting. I'm just seeing if the spell actually does what it says it does.
Just got back into session mid-combat, so you need to get reacquainted.
Yeah.
Aiming a spilled tomato sauce on my desk.
Okay, so behind you, Soyun, you watch as the entangled roots sink back into the earth. Grunker, you see above you the shaman beginning to cast another spell. And you hear from the forests strange calls. As he casts conjure animals.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's the Komodo dragons.
It's more kobolds.
Again, are adding more stuff to the turns.
Not quite, not kobolds.
Velociraptors.
You see charging out of the forest are 8 small reptilian creatures, almost theropod in their design.
Oh no, they're 3 legs.
So, at the risk of not adding more shit to the field, I'm just going to say that each of these 2 kobolds is going to represent 4 velociraptors each. I'll have them each take a. I'll have to enlarge them.
Yeah, just treat them as a swarm.
Yeah. Just shoot them as a
Yeah,
swarm.
for your own sake.
And within 60 feet. Okay. As a number of these small velociraptors jumping off of the side of the ledge, and very much they are very agile in their abilities, their bodies, in which they land next to you, Grunker.
Oh.
There are now 8 velociraptors around you.
Oh no.
Wait, we need that one being Jurassic World.
And I believe okay, so
They get
roll
their own
in-
initiative.
Yeah, they need to have their initiative rolled. Okay,
He
so
is concentrating on a spell to keep him there,
sorry.
just so you know. Oh, I was saying to Grunka that he is concentrating on a spell to keep him there, so if you break his concentration, they disappear.
Break his kneecaps.
Yep.
I mean, I would if I could access my character sheet.
It's a bummer.
Yeah, still loading.
Okay, so I roll that on 5e tools. Okay,
We tried turning it off and on again.
Yep.
and the Sarask is going to skitter across the branch up to this direction, and at half speed. Let's see, 15. So 30 feet.
Get him.
Yeah,
Break his concentration right now. That'd be hilarious.
So
I mean,
the branch is 15 feet up.
Yeah, I have my my hatchet in my hand, so I can probably throw that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Was he out of melee range already?
Yeah,
I mean,
the,
it's
the
50
branch.
feet up.
the branch.
Does this branch touch down and then move up?
No,
It's always been 15 feet up.
yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
branch is 15 feet up. It's halfway up.
Then I don't think I can actually, because it has to be melee range, right? Yeah. So he's just gonna move. Go away.
I'm just actually disengaged from the fucking velociraptors and then
Yeah. I can climb. I just you know, leave my character sheet.
use that to.
Jaina, can you access my character sheet?
I can. Sure.
All right. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Yeah, it's my turn.
Yep. It is now
All right.
your turn.
That's the branch's turn.
Oh. Fucking. Fuck's sake. Okay, it is your turn, Grunker.
No, I was the rest raptor's turn. But yeah, let's see. This is also like 15 feet up, like
Yep.
this cliff is on. Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna like go over here. That's 10,
Yep.
and then up here is
Yep. You're climbing half speed.
yeah. So half speed is 15. That's 30, 10, 40,
Mhm.
and okay. So Jenny, now you have to play as Grunka.
Right.
Because I also disengage, you know, bonus action disengage.
Mhm.
I want you to take the let's see, I think it's the hammer that's the fire hammer. I think it's one of the ones up top.
Right.
And I want you to click the two-handed version twice.
Are you gonna recklessly do it?
Yes. So really sure to take that advantage. Yeah, so
With advantage. Okay.
yeah, because recklessly attacking.
Okay, so 15 points of damage.
Alright. Let's see, is that actually no, Jenny.
What?
You're using the other warhammer. I meant the one that has like fire damage to it.
Oh, right. Okay.
But it's the same, it's just like roll a what is it, 1d4? Actually I can roll. Oh hey, thanks.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
either,
That could be the next attack. It's fine.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
say that can be the next attack.
Let's see, let me just roll a 1d4. Okay, so that's 15 plus 2 damage. So that's 17 damage.
All right.
Plus. Yeah, so that's 17 plus. Let's see. 29 plus 8. That's 54 damage.
Well, that's a that one is not on that
Yeah.
one.
Raptors go bye bye.
Goodbye,
Alright.
Raptors.
Just as soon as they came onto the field, this cluster of raptors seems to disintegrate with a wild flurry of verdant green magic.
Mr. Lizard Owl feels so good.
What was the other attack?
Well, it was the first one there, the 18,
Mhm.
15 damage, plus 2 from fire damage.
Mhm.
And then the second attack was the crit that you just did.
Yep.
So that's it. That's my 2 attacks I can do.
Okay. What's the total damage on the crit?
Well, I said
37.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
think the
make,
yeah, I
make,
think
make,
the total.
make the killing blow.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the total.
fuck
I think I said. I think I said the total damage. It was 50 something, 54
Yeah.
or whatever. All right. So I'm gonna dodge and weave through the raptors. I'm gonna like scramble up this wall. I'm gonna get up there. And I'm gonna hit him twice, and just kill him.
All
Just
right.
gonna just smash his ribcage in.
You, the first blow. You get up to his level. He looks over you. You watch as as its frill flares up and it hisses. As you bring your arm back, smashing it against the rib cage, there is a gout of black blood across the back of the cliff. And as it rears back and tries to take out some sort of gnarled-looking knife, trying to make one last-ditch attempt to injure you, you just bring your hammer back around and just slam it against the head.
Dead. Take that, you stinky lizard. Yeah.
The now headless body just falls off the branch and slumps onto the ground below.
See ya. I guess that's my turn.
Yeah, well done.
Thanks.
Right, Vellum.
Alrighty, I'm gonna do a risky maneuver because I have 15 HP. But you know, I think I saw Angren. Liska's here, so I'm a little safer. So I'm gonna drop my shield next to me on the floor because I'm like grappled to floor with Dragon Claw, and I'm gonna two-hand. Well, first things first. I almost forgot. I'm gonna Fighting Spirit. There it is. So get me some juicy temp HP. And advantage on these attacks, which I am going to two-hand and maximize the potential. So it's advantage triggered. No, it's not. There we go. I remembered this time. Well, 14. And
14.
hey, there we go.
There you go.
And I'm gonna go ahead and throw the blessing of Elsham on that one. So first things first. So that is 32 radiant damage.
Good lord.
That's a crit.
How do you flavour this crit?
So essentially, just using the shield to fend off the kobolds, and then as they get swooshed away, I use the opening as the winds are buffeting, just drop the shield in both hands, and then just drive it into like its forearm, and pull it all around like the circumference of it. Roll for me! Just completely tear through as much of his sinew and bone as I can.
But he needs those.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
I need this in my bones.
So yeah, it's like sick of that claw being on me. I'm trying to slice that bitch off as much as I can. Chunk that wonka.
The ungreen dragon rears back as you slice at the claw. It is Liska's turn.
Oh,
All right,
sorry, I was gonna use my free use object interaction to pick my shield back up.
Okay.
I can't use it yet, but I can pick it back up.
Yeah, easy enough to do.
Yep, carry on.
Let's go and swing. It would amuse me greatly if this was the case. Oh, I know. Calm your shit. That's the dragon. That was apparently growling, so give me Okay. I'm just gonna be like, hey, dragon,
Crack.
I'm rolling really low on the shield bash, but he might roll low too. We'll see.
That was a 23.
Okay, so doesn't fall prone, but go tackle. Go tackle. Oh, that's a crit.
Oh, good lord.
Friday.
Oh, that is shit damage on that first roll. 24 damage.
Alright.
The mark is maintained on him. And go attack again.
I don't know why the colour's not changing. Tagged. There we go.
Oh, no, it's working. Hey. Yeah, I had to like close my browser completely, and then I got a pop-up from Tempermonkey being like, "Hey, things have been updated." It's like, "Oh, thanks." Why didn't you just say
Okay, so 19, that, I believe that would just about hit.
Right, for 10 slashing damage. Another
Alright.
really low damage roll. Son of a bitch.
Is looking on the edge hurt.
Yeah. And
Dragons are
that
reasonable.
Dragon is bloodied, clinging to life.
the dragon's health is not changing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's fucked up.
Yeah, it happens. And I think that's gonna be Liska's turn.
Alright. So, next up.
Dragon time. As imposing as Liska is, I don't think he's happy about me leaving a fucking rail of daylight pain in his leg. Oh boy, he's got his breath back.
Hey,
Well,
man.
his frame back.
The dragon is going to maneuver around, sort of almost caged lion stalking. It knows it's on its last legs, and it looks like it's about to flee.
You know, it's funny that you say that. But no, he doesn't. Because
out of your range.
Looks like he's about to flee and actually fleeing are two very different things.
hold the line. Whenever someone moves within my melee range, they provoke.
Interesting.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's level 10. You've just got that.
I was about to say, have you ever used that before? But it's like, yeah.
Nope. It's the first time I've used it.
There
First
you
time's
go.
really come up.
So it stays where it was. Its speed is 0. And yeah, it takes
Okay.
13 slashing
back to where you
damage.
was.
So that was. Wait.
Is a little wonky. There you go.
Oh, where is it? Come on. It was. Come on. There you go. It was there. There you go.
So yeah, Liska's gonna see it want to move, and then she's just gonna flip out with the sword and bash it across the face. Be like, "No, stay."
Oof. Yeah, it's
Not liking it, I imagine.
so close. Okay, so instead, much like a cornered rat, much like any sort of cornered and desperate creature, you watch as its gullet swells up.
Shit! Hold your breath!
Let's see.
Oh god, getting stanky breath point blank is the worst.
Just about get all of you in there. Yeah, that's like the center of. Yeah, there we go. Center of the square. So thankfully, you don't get the full breath, Vellum, as it rears back its head, and a gout of poisonous, toxic fumes burbles from its mouth all across Saoyun, Liska, Arngrim.
He's a smart boy. He
Does
went
that
for
actually
maximum
reach
targets.
Arngrim? I guess that would.
I think.
I think it behaves like fireball in there. It can go around.
Yeah,
corners.
where would the corner be? That's my concern.
I mean, the only reason I'm asking is because you can see the
Yeah.
camera there. Like it slightly kind of
He's
cuts across
getting
him.
he's getting
yeah.
that last whiff of the end of a fart.
Yeah, he's
Plus-
he's getting grazed by it.
Yeah. Plus, the dragon can basically choose which. Technically, like mechanically, it can choose which square of it
This
originates from. So
this is very true, actually. So instead, it's going to from this corner. Makes more sense.
okay. So let's go. Will
So, Saoyun, Liska, Arngrim, all of you make Constitution saving throws.
one for me. So it is 20 for me.
You succeed.
Arngrim makes a con save. Oh shit, oh, he doesn't have. Oh, well. He succeeds even better. Wait, does he? Where's.
So,
Oh, he has his bless on. So that's a 20, but he still saves.
yeah. So you all take 28 points of poison damage.
Arngrim takes 14 because dwarves are resistant
Indeed.
to poison. So.
Dwarven biology.
Woven biological engineering. Alright. So 28.
20.
You.
Yep, you take 28 points of poison damage, Saoyun.
What's he concentrating on? I don't think he's concentrating on anything. Oh well.
I think it's because he has like guidance on at all times.
Oh. Nice.
Alright.
I need to do a concentration check on
Sure do.
a spell. How the fuck do I do that?
Just roll a con save.
Or you could just hit the exclamation mark concentrating.
Good to know.
Exclamation.
You are already concentrating. I've stuck it on you. So you just need to add the damage back and then take it off again.
Alright. And that's neat.
There you go. So you succeed in your concentration check.
Hey.
Yeah, wind
Alright.
roll is kept.
Yeah, you get a benefit because you're armor, don't you?
Right. Dragon cannot move. Its speed is 0. It used its poison breath. Yeah, that's going to be its turn. Can't use its multi-attack.
Nope, he uses action to breathe.
Arngrim. What's Arngrim doing?
Arngrim is gonna, after that poison breath cone disappears, is gonna be like, oh, that fucking stinks, and then he's gonna be looking around at all the kobolds, be like, no, that's just a little bit too many feet on the field, and he is going to cast. As soon as I pull it up. He's going to cast
Change your feet.
Animate Object.
Oh shit, I'm not.
Get fancy.
He is going to, within 120 feet, summon, or basically, he's going to pull out his big ol' anvil hammer, and he's going to, like, make a sweeping motion and like rocks that have, like, let's just say rocks that have a little bit of metal in them, like maybe, you know, some ore here and there.
Maybe a
Just
copper,
for flavor-wise.
tin.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of copper underground.
Yep, is going to appear next to each one of these kobolds on the battlefield.
Oh shit. Can you actually do that?
They are going to be small objects, so they're relatively big rocks. Like, but this is the kicker. Actually, let's do tiny. Tiny makes it. Yeah, sure. Let's do tiny.
Flooding the field with minis.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna make you. I'm gonna butt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then one next to the dragon. Why not?
Okay.
And then they're going to attack. So
Oh, I love this.
roll 10
Time for
d20.
many bunks.
So
This kills the fucking dragon.
it's gonna be hilarious. Give me a second. All right, one crit. The dragon crits. Wow, nice.
Of
So
course it did.
so let's see. All those are plus 8. So 17, 17, 18, 10, 11. Do the 10 and 11 miss?
What?
Or do they hit?
For the dragon?
Kobolds. No, kobolds.
The 10 and 11 miss.
Okay. Does a 15 hit one of the kobolds?
Yes.
Okay, so. Alright. And then the dragon crits. That's so good.
That's funny.
I'm just going to roll this to kind of apply. Okay, so all the kobolds that get hit take 6 damage.
That's okay.
And then the
Kill.
dragon.
That one. So what? Just all the kobolds, yeah.
Yeah, except for 2. Choose 2. Because they missed.
Okay.
Dragon.
And how? Sorry, how many hits is that?
Of 7.
7.
So 7 kobolds might die. Depending on how much health they have.
So 1, 2. You know, I'm just going to take those off the field.
Then the dragon takes a full. The dragon takes 10 damage.
Okay, 1 second. So there's a.
Because it crit.
Moment of truth. There's a sharp rock that just went kill the dragon. Darn kobold druids.
You take out all of the warrior cast of the forest kobolds in one fell swoop.
That's why I did it.
Can't feel bad for them. I don't think they're going to recover from this.
And
They look fine.
one particularly large metal infused kind of rock infused with copper and metal separates from the ground and begins drifting up towards the dragon. Make the killing blow.
Yeah! Death by rock.
It's just gonna like hover right by its face, like the dragon's kind of recovering, feeling good about itself for breathing fire, like acid, or not acid, fucking poisonous mustard gas at everybody. And this rock's just kind of hovering by its head. And then when it finally notices it and kind of like turns to look at it, like what the fuck, it just goes, bap. It hits the dragon right in the temple. And Argrim's just gonna be like, oh, okay. Interesting.
Oh, they won't string.
Okay then. That
Who's
was
gonna win? An old ancient species of, draconic rulers, or one rocky boy?
yeah.
I think
But
even
Brooke is over
Argrim's
there.
surprised, like, oh, okay. Like, all right. Wasn't anticipating that, but that's, that'll happen. That'll happen.
The dragon just slumps to the ground. You see what looks like brackish greenish red blood trickling from the temple and a few skull fragments. You can definitely see also it looks like a broken horn. It seems that you struck it enough to give it such a severe concussion that it broke it, that the rock broke the skull.
Nice. Subdural hematoma. And that is Argrim's turn.
Well done.
Productive turn.
I would say well done, Atlas, but it's not here.
We
Well,
need somebody
by
to
proxy.
make this a
Yeah, yeah.
shitpost.
But that's still,
A fucking crit
That's,
on the
uh,
dragon.
that's a very,
Yeah, right?
very well done. I'm going to give inspiration to Angrim for that.
Yeah. Would that have killed it if it didn't crit?
If it didn't crit, it wouldn't have killed it. No.
Nice. Fucking nice.
I still don't quite understand what happened.
So,
animate
animate object allows you to just basically get a bunch of rocks and shit off the terrain and then use it to, like, bap people.
Oh,
And I was just like, oh, I can summon 10 objects. There's 9 kobolds. Hey, let's count the dragon. And the one that attacked the dragon happened to crit.
oh.
And this tiny little rock bapped the dragon just like right in the temple
Yeah.
or something. And
We'll say
it died.
we'll say it was a rather large and it was a larger rock, kind of filled with sharp metal ores.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was unexpected to say the least.
I have a feeling Drunk is gonna pick that up.
The rock that killed the dragon. Okay, so that's
Rock, Dragon Slayer.
yeah. All right, so that's Angrim's turn.
Yep.
All the forest kobolds, as the death wail of the young green dragon resonates throughout the forest, all of the kobold villagers above just look down, look to each other, and just begin running, just bounding across the treetops, just away from the village as fast as they can. They have scarpered.
I guess combat over?
These druids, they're going to do the same.
Oh, imagine watching your fucking god die.
Imagine in one flicker of a moment, most of your village going kaput and then dragon death.
Magic.
There were like a whole bunch of them down there that just got one KO'd by the fucking rocks.
Little glowing rocks.
It's just
Yeah, that he's off the field. Yeah. With that, we'll say that's the end of combat.
So as Valen's just sort of feeling the extra weight of dragon limb on him, he's just gonna sort of wrench his sword the rest of the way through to cut off the claw so he can actually get out from under it. Alright, I'm up. What happened? Where'd they all go?
I think they're on the way.
Good. They should know by now. He's sort of like leaning forward, like his sword in one hand, a claw in the other one. Just like, Because bearing in mind that whole fight didn't even take like a minute. It was like 45 seconds or something.
Yeah, a lot of very confused kobolds.
Oh, is everyone alright?
Arngrim is going to
Yeah.
like, yeah. That's. I'm just gonna come up and be like, all right, everybody, gather around. He's gonna slowly climb down since they don't have to jump anymore. Who all is hurt? Is it everybody? Everybody at least is taking some damage.
Grunk is missing like 20 HP.
Okay. Arngrim is going to. Why? Goddamn.
And Leska's gonna get so much more street cred after this.
She's awesome like that.
That's 2 dragons she's helped fell.
Yeah. Just drag the dragon skull back and be like, hey, here you go, and I got another one.
This
added
is
to the
the
pile.
scion of Further Blind. So yes, he's going to cast Beacon of Hope, targeting everybody. So we all heal max from any possible healing,
Nice.
and then he's going to mass cure wounds.
Nice.
So everybody heals 27. Because you don't roll, it just takes max, so everybody heals 27.
Sweet.
And there's apparently some choir singing nearby. Is that the... is that
Spooky
the-
choir. It's
That's the,
kobold choirs.
They
They stick the Inquisition on us.
that was the mass cubans.
Okay, gotcha.
Spooky wounds.
Okay, so...
Oh, I can feel my ribs again. Ow.
Oh,
Not
that was too
really
much for
good
him.
thing, but hey.
The ribs.
So I don't know if I speak for everyone, but I was expecting like a whole cavern down there or something, not for it to just be sleeping under the ground and fucking popping out. Ugh.
Let's see. How long is that? All right. Seeing how injured, what are you at right now, Vellum?
42 out of 92.
Okay,
I was down to 15.
nice. Let's go right now. Is a 60 of 134.
I mean, we can always take a short rest and I can heal it off, but I'm role playing
so.
out the haggardness of being flailed around by a dragon.
No, yeah, understandable. Let's see. Everyone's doing fine. Also, just because, you know what? I think that was his last one. Oh god, I'm looking at the wrong character sheet. Fucking. He is going to. Okay, he apparently has a harp, and his harp does something. I forget what the fuck it does.
That was the
While you
harp,
figure that out,
That was
I'm going to
the,
pick up the
harp
horn
of-
that was broken.
harp of healing.
Yes, but I don't know what it does.
It's in Arngrim's items.
item.
It should be in his
Actually-
attuned items.
Oh, there it is. That it is.
Yeah, Val's
So-
going to remember he's still holding onto the claw and just sort of stow it away in his bag for lack of any idea what to do with it. And then, fuck it, there's a whole broken horn there.
Oh,
May as well
alright,
grab
cool.
that as well.
Yeah, since it's the harp and it does shit, he's going to not look at Liska's character sheet and look at his own. And, do one more. Actually, fuck it. He's gonna do 2 more mass cure wounds just from the harp. So everybody heals another 56?
Okay.
54.
Yeah, that puts me at full.
Cool.
Same.
Was already.
Yeah, it's a staff of healing, but it's been reflavored into a harp.
Stop it.
Cool.
Alright.
Oh shit, I need to...
Well, I think that's that.
Technically, I need to roll something because I just realized it did that. Please don't break it. Okay, cool. harp doesn't disintegrate.
Whoops.
That could have been bad.
That could have been bad.
Sure, you would be happy with that.
Even
It's like everybody survived. Shit, my harp.
even what have you done to me harp?
It wasn't me. It was the gods of RNG.
So, Liska, did you want to do anything with sort of like vaguely gesturing towards Dragon Corpse?
Oh yeah, of course. That's what it's all about, right?
But I'm gonna take a look around, see if anything worthwhile here that we can maybe. I don't know. I just need to not be on the ground or in the air right now.
No,
gonna
that
take a
leaves
walk.
nowhere. And she's going to look at Gronka, be like, "Hey, Gronka, help me with this."
Okay.
Like,
Gotta loot that guy later. Hello.
Oh, God, I fucking stink.
Yeah, this is
26 survival to
All right, what?
break down the dragon.
All right,
Welcome.
what component are you trying to harvest from it?
All of it.
Because depending on which
Let's see,
component,
with-
it's gonna be different DCs.
Let's do. It's. I forget what it's called. There's a very specific organ inside a dragon that is the source of their breath.
Yeah, the one that exploded
Yes.
last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we rolled low on that one.
Let me find it on
Please.
the
Awesome.
other certificate.
Yeah, it's like the elemental something or other.
Elemental strength.
Dragon gizzard.
Yes.
Okay. With a 26, you would certainly be able to harvest the gizzard over about 5 minutes or so. You've done this before, but you've learned from the previous mistakes, and you are very, very delicate and careful with your cuts around the throat. And eventually, you pull loose what looks like a slimy-looking, elongated organ. That seems to be filled with some sort of putrid stench, and you have to sort of hold it away lest you bring up your breakfast or lunch.
Delightful.
Oh, no.
Into bag of holding.
Oh no, you're gonna keep the column.
And then let's. So okay, so yeah, she'd go for the gizzard because that's like legitimately the most
Remote shit.
like expensive shit.
Not quite. Last time, when you harvested, when you helped to harvest Crothis, the most expensive item on that previous contract was the dragon heart.
Okay.
Oh, get digging.
So I'm just gonna make a couple of these rolls at once. So I guess heart,
No.
heart, fangs, claws, skin, like scales. So heart, fang, claws, scales in that order.
I
We're
forgot one of the
gonna
claws.
harvest the skull as well.
I mean, I don't need a roll for that one. I just cut it off at the neck.
Yeah.
But yes, she will also get the scales.
Actually,
Or the
here's a
skull.
question. While you roll for all that, due to size and such, would the dragon's head, since it's a young dragon of a basically size large, size huge or something, would its head be a size big enough to make a shoulder pauldron for Liska?
Ooh,
Or a
that's a fair point actually.
Probably, yeah.
It would be
Incorporate it into the eventual adamantite.
It would be like the sort of World of Warcraft pauldron where they are absolutely ridiculously massive, but yes, you would be able to do so.
It's a helmet.
Given time and a few rolls. But regardless, the heart, as you kind of heft the dragon's body over. Thankfully, it's small enough that you don't have much difficulty in doing so. You try to cut through the scales, trying to peel back the rib cage over about a period of 5 minutes, trying to dig through the innards of this beast. And you spend a moment trying to delicately sever each of the arteries in this sort of elongated shaped dragon's heart. You know, dragons being what they are, their hearts are usually a lot larger in proportion to their body than most creatures. And eventually, you just barely manage to scrape out the heart. It's not mint-conditioned by any means, as you just barely scraped by that DC, but you do have a young green dragon heart.
Nice.
Cool. And then fangs, and then scales. Wait,
Yeah.
wait, heart, fang. No, heart. Sorry, it'd be heart, fangs, claws, and I forgot scales.
Okay. So, you do manage to harvest about 12 not white dragon, 12 green dragon claws with the 27 there. So the teeth, with the 21, you're able to harvest about I'll say, 30 odd young green dragon teeth. And the last one was the scales, yeah?
Yeah, dragon hide. You know, for people who want to make armor and shit like
Okay.
that. Because dragon scale armor is how you get resistance.
Okay, with the 27, you do manage to get quite a significant number of scales. About, I'll say about £20 worth, enough to make, I'll say, one set of leather, leather scale. Hang on.
Just one set of armor,
Yeah.
basically. Okay. Cool. That's what you'd be going for. About just be like, okay, cool, get this much.
Yeah.
Like, so forth.
And because of because this dragon is a young green dragon, the scales haven't exactly hardened into their infamous, full dragon sort of the sort of stuff you'd make scale mail with. This would be more leather armor.
Gotcha.
It's still pretty fucking good.
Yep. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Y'all want to flex on people and just have, a green dragon scale bags of holding.
Is that like the equivalent of alligator boots? Like alligator skin boots?
A whole bunch of fashion accessories with them.
Yeah, I already have a Hydra one. I'm fine.
That's true, yeah. Grunk is already
Hydra
like,
skull.
pimping out.
I'm sure there's a market for
Right. Okay.
So, you could probably make a set of studded leather with these scales, and it would have the benefits of the scale mail, the resistance.
Awesome.
All we need is to find a really good leather worker.
Yep.
All right.
While this is going on, Junior,
Mm-hmm.
I want to take a look around the village. Obviously, they've mainly been raiding the caravans for food, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see if there's anything else that might have been from those caravans that might be laying around. And also, you mentioned that these daggers that the kobolds were using were dragon teeth, or was that just a flavor?
They seem to be some sort of smaller dragon tooth. It's likely that as this green dragon has been growing up, it's been shedding its teeth almost like a shark, and they've been using these spare teeth as like weapons.
Well, I'll gather with it however many of those I can find, but I want to see what I'm able to find first.
Okay. Just go.
How do you think? Give me a hand looking around. Your eyes are better than mine.
I'll give it a look around. Just, let me just fix this first. And
Alright.
Sal will prestidigitate him to not smell like a fucking toilet.
Yeah.
God, I love
The,
magic. So I still feel like I'm probably gonna need a bath.
The acrid
Rusty.
smell from vellum fades.
Trust me, you'll want a bath, because Though you may not stink, you were still blasted.
Yeah, well, that's for later. Let's see what we can wrangle up first. And then Vellum is going to help Sao because she's better at finding things.
Okay. Sayun, go ahead and make an investigation check with advantage. You spend your time kind of going around the village, shifting through the brush, shifting through the dirt. 19.
19.
You do find quite a number of small gold pieces scattered around the entrance of this tunnel, of this pit. You gather that there's probably more within. Total gold around the pit would come to about 50 gold pieces.
Well, I'm going to make a note of that, so we can tally up the total later, whatever else we find coin-wise. But yeah, anything from any that might have come from shipments that they raided,
Nice.
or
It's mostly various meats and grains that have been chilled and frozen. You don't find much in the way of items of value on some of the humanoid corpses that have been just gashed and gouged and bitten at. These are probably just traders, commoners. At least not on the surface.
okay. And how many of those Durg teeth daggers do we find?
You spend quite a bit of time making your way around the surface here. You do gather around 10 or so small dragon's teeth.
10 dragon.
And these seem to be significantly smaller than the dragon's teeth that Liska's been harvesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, any dragon teeth is valuable. They're still a rare commodity. Right, well, with that searching done, we can always go in a hole once we're done with dragon stuff. Because there was some ore down there as well, if I recall.
Yeah, I also remember. I mean, maybe I think it was, but the eyes. Like this could be like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot. There's so much fucking shit with dragons. And she says in a dwarven accent. And so, like, pulling up the Crothis contract. So, eyes. So, eyes and tongue are the things that she forgot. So, she's going to do.
Oh, there's more?
Yep. Sorry,
coming.
friend.
Coming back.
So, this is for the eyes. Oh, here it
Eyes, yes, you do harvest 2 sickly, pale, sort of greenish, young green dragon eyes.
If you got in that 20, would you get 3?
No,
3 eyes.
no.
Nah, it's
There's a
just
third one growing behind one of the other two.
This isn't.
Oh.
the lesser known third dragon.
This,
It's like a
it's
like a chicken egg that somehow has 2 jolks in it.
It's not World of Warcraft where only some bulls have one eye.
Well,
I never understood
seeing that
why.
they're continuing harvesting, Ben's just going to hop down the hole.
And that's for the tongue.
The tongue. This one's a bit more difficult to wrangle.
At least the teeth aren't in the way.
Yeah, the teeth aren't in the way, which does lessen the DC a bit. And you do manage to just barely scrape by on this check as you sort of end up having to yank it all the way, and you end up bringing up some of the esophagus with it as well.
Yeah, Drunk is gonna stand inside of his mouth and gonna like hold it up with his arms extended and gonna like hurry up.
Nice.
It's like a crocodile.
Yeah, it's the tongue.
Crocodilius.
The tongue was a messy harvest, but a harvest nonetheless.
Oh, it's stinky in here.
And then she's probably, and then she's going to, like after so now she's like, okay, cool, and she's just going to kind of walk back to where walk back to the neck and just chop, 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 chop.
All right.
Get herself a head.
You and spending some time kind of hacking away at the head, you do manage to find yourself quite a large a large green dragon head, probably about the size of Gronka.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dragon hat. So,
Now I'm gonna loot.
All right, go ahead and make an investigation check, Gronka.
Investigation.
I love that we got 2 sets of looting. One the standard set of looting, and then the Grunker set of looting. It's like, what random nonsense can we find?
You find what looks like a small stick with a number of sort of what looks like nuts and various tassels attached to it, made of like vines and rocks. Looks like this may have been used in some sort of ritual by shaking it. You also find
Noise.
some beef jerky.
Are you sure it's
And-
beef?
You don't know
Is
until
it
you
people
try.
jerky?
Find some jerky.
And that's about it, sadly.
Man. These religious types never have anything interesting. Well, I got a neat stick. Check.
Rather shaky.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna say this now, Fable. Did Vellum just jump down the fucking hole again?
I mean, he never jumped in the first place, so hardly again.
So let me get this straight. Your first instinct to search for more goodies was to just jump down the hole.
I mean, that's what we learned from the investigation, that there might be more in here. So it isn't
Oh,
completely
yeah.
inane to just be like, ooh, what's down here? Yeet.
Yeah.
Why not,
Argrim's-
attach a rope to something and then go down?
Argrim's gonna kind of come up and be like, It's like, yes, there was. From what I could see down there, there was. I don't know why I'm going Sean Connery with this. There was, a glitter of gold down there. Yes, I remember my Charlemagne. At my army's feet.
God fucking damn it, guys.
Urge in the sky.
Derailing.
Hey, it's John
Actually,
Connery.
just-
You
I
derailed
just
the
watched
man.
that movie like a few days ago. Again, of course. So yeah, it's like, yes, I remembered my Charlemagne. Loot everything you fucking see on the ground.
A fine dwarven adage.
It's the Dwarven King of Charlemagne. So yeah, he's going to bloop 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 climb down, and with Willem's sword being a fucking beacon o' light, I'm sure they can see
Yep.
metric shit ton.
As you make your way through
Like
the
30 feet
tunnel,
of light.
through the 10-foot by 10-foot tunnel, it eventually leads you into a larger cavern, presumably up in this direction. And as the glimmer of Vellum's sword enters the chamber, you can see quite a substantial amount of what looks like shimmering gold pieces, kind of half buried in the dirt. While not a full dragon's hoard, it seems that it was in the process of creating one, thanks to the aid of the kobolds. You see what looks like a number of gemstones kind of put on prominent display at the back end of the cave, presumably behind where the dragon may have been sleeping. And you can see just bodies, skeletons, half-eaten, half-rotted, just decorated around the edge of the cave.
Ah, yes. Surely this is the work of a young dragon because he can't eat his fucking food.
God, like, you don't get your dessert if you don't eat your people. But yeah,
Yep, we
just
proved
gonna
that point.
Scoop as many of those coins up as we can as well.
All right. So you spend about say 30 minutes here, trying to gather as many coins as you can. You end up gathering about it's not really a full dragon's hoard. I will say about 2,000 gold in total.
Yeah, I mean, Velen figures we got time. They're probably like harvesting its clavicle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're gonna come back up. Like you go down with Liska and Grunka just kind of contemplating the body of the dragon, and you come back up and it's just a skeleton. Like what the
There's
fuck?
just nothing left. They found a use for every single piece, like the buffalo.
Well, I mean that's how you do hunting.
Leave nothing behind but footprints and blood.
Hashtag leave no trace.
The colon is
I'm
great
for
for
lazy
chemical
math.
warfare.
Little did you know, the colon is actually where the breath comes from.
No.
Did you?
What a
did
thing
you
that
just say
joins you.
colon?
Yep.
Yeah,
The colon's.
That's-
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with the dragon.
that's actually
It's like cupping
because
a fart. Is that how he does it? He farts and then
Yeah.
just like blows it forward with his wings.
it's like
Yeah,
a
the-
reverse fart. It actually comes out of mouth.
It just turns around and then does the colonal effect.
Yeah.
So you're saying he didn't have a third eye, but he did have a second mouth. This is like
Does that come to an even
I noticed his gizzard was facing the wrong way.
Yeah. It's not actually a gizzard. It's just.
Why
his
do you think
colon.
he's a green dragon? Stank so
Yeah.
much.
But
Just a colon,
He's jealous?
not a gizzard.
anyway,
Yeah.
So everybody add 410 gold to your inventory because I'm amazed it came to an even number.
so now that you've finished gathering up this hoard, you also find among this hoard a number of gemstones. You find one pristine diamond, probably worth about 500 gold, and
going in the that's going in the bag. All right.
and you also find
diamond I cut down.
and you also find a single kind of well cut amber, presumably worth about 200 gold.
Okay. Can you give me? Oh, pardon me. Sorry. Can you give me the value of the pristine diamond again? 'Cause I've got like cut diamond in here as well.
Yeah,
and I'm sure.
500 gold.
Well, we got two options for Revivify now.
I think 500 is a resurrection one. 300 for Vivify. Regardless, it doesn't. Regardless, it doesn't matter. Use
Most
what you need.
most everything else here besides the hoard seems to be just food and meats and dried meats of all kinds, most of them cooked beforehand. Seems they were definitely intent on feeding this dragon, letting it grow.
Okay. How much of the... We'll call them trade goods for the sake of encompassing all of it. How much of them are salvageable? Because I figure, they were going somewhere and somebody was at a loss for not getting them, so maybe we may as well sort of grab them.
Go ahead and make another investigation check.
And I get a hand from Sal.
This is you trying to rummage through.
This is me, I know. I can't
Yeah,
always
yeah,
rely
yeah.
on Sal.
Guidance.
Yep, you have
I
guidance.
left advantage on. So that'd be a 14.
14 plus guidance from Arngrim.
Oh, I forgot.
Can y'all not hear me when I'm talking?
Yep.
No, I was in my own world, and also it's hot today, and
17.
the sun is beating this side of the building.
17. You do find a number of cured leathers, about 10 pounds worth of cured leathers, and a number of trade tools. Hammers, what looks like gardening tools that are probably being delivered to Dunmerrill.
Fucking stolen goods.
Yep.
I'll just lump all this under trade goods, quote unquote, because we're gonna just return them to whoever authorities are ready next.
Mhm. Okay. And that's about it.
And now we begin the fun part of burying the bodies.
Funny.
Well, we have a hole right there, so
Let's not go mass graves.
Why not?
Wait, you mean burying the kobold bodies?
Well, I did mean the people, but the
Oh.
ones that are in the ground in the
people.
hall already, I'm pretty sure they
Their
can stay there.
bones.
I don't know. There's many people. I don't know.
There's
if
like a
much
few of
left.
them out here, is what I'm saying. Leaving a rotting carcass, bad juju, I think. And also, if we can fucking bury some bitch ass lich worshipper, we can bury some kobolds. I mean, it's tiny holes. It's not hard.
But there's so many. um,
Well, Valen will work on that at the moment. Whether somebody wants to flag him up on it, that's their business.
Okay. So you're spending your time from now on just searching around, just kind of burying bodies.
Yeah, getting a head count for how many bodies there are, digging a few holes, and thankfully, again, kobolds are fucking tiny. I'm not gonna need to dig a big one.
Yeah.
Bigger
which
dig
is
one.
superficial burying, not burying.
Sorry, what was that even?
So it's superficial burying, not burying.
Well, I mean, some modicum of respect.
Yeah, I'm not gonna dig 6 feet for a
I'm gonna
kobold
do
that's
like fucking ornate
1 feet.
gravestones and shit.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It's gonna just become like a very deep hole that's like not wide at all.
So seeing all that, Argrim's going to kind of, I guess, waddle up because that's what he does. You know, if you want, you could just probably pile them all up in a body, or pile them all up, and then I can just cremate them all at once.
That would make it faster. Yeah, that sounds like a better idea.
But
Sao just looks over to them for a moment. Please do it in a controlled fire.
Oh yeah, away
And
from
then
all
just
the grass.
gestures around the forest.
Alright, I should probably turn this down now.
Sonic coming from
Cranks down the fucking light of the sunlight. There we go, a nice healthy 15 feet.
right.
Remember, kids, Alsham says that burning bodies is A-OK.
It's almost like you're fire related.
It's almost like it's sunlight and cremation.
Right. So once all the bodies are kind of arranged, Argrim is going to cast Wall of Fire with the heat effect going inward.
You watch as this massive wall of fire erupts from the ground, the earth cracking around this 10 foot by 10 foot wide pile of bodies, and you watch it almost like an induction furnace. The bodies all blacken, char, and eventually come alight with fire.
Yeah, and he maintains it for the minute or
As long as
so.
necessary.
Yeah, because that's a whole lot of heat happening in here. So it actually is out of a spell book. Yeah, so let's just say 27 damage times 10.
For-
270 damage for the 10 rounds that it lasts.
Yeah. So the bodies are burned. A small bonfire taking place here in the middle of the forest. Away from the grass, thankfully.
Right, so we've got the valuables, got the dragon bits, got the bodies tended to, got some of the trade goods so we can maybe return them. Is there anything else I'm missing? Otherwise, I think we're good to go and find a nice lake or something.
Did we get everything from the dragon?
Slowly
just kind
looks
of-
over to the Liska and Grunka.
Let's just kind of waves her like arms up to like mid bicep, just covered in blood and like as in front, like, yep, everything's fine.
All right, and that should be all.
Yeah.
Yep. We are done here.
Why is Liska the one that always ends up covered in blood?
It's because she's literally her profession.
Yeah.
True.
Slaying and carving.
When she's not blue, she's red.
Purple dragon on the waist. Alright, so yeah, so with that in mind, this is just gonna kind of look around. Like, I do not think that they will likely be bothering us on their way back. So let us be swift about it and return.
Agreed. Worst they'll do is get revenge later on, but for now they'll stop harassing the roads.
Hopefully.
And well, I think the dragon was the reason that they were doing it in the first place. That and that weird lizard man that. Whatever happened to him?
Anyway.
Oh, he's back over there. I kind of lobbed his head off.
I asked what it was, not where it was, but good to know.
I got
That's
his,
where it was.
I got his stick. We're gonna
Oh,
shake
nice.
his stick.
Good job.
Good job, Grunk.
Yeah, I think you I think you realised what it was once you did that history check for the scion of the Verdant Blight. Yeah, since both histories are kind of inexorably tied.
Well, Velen didn't do that check, so he doesn't know.
I think that was Liska who did that.
Yes. And I think she might have shared. Yeah, I think she shared. Regardless. Alright. So this is going to kind of look back up where they came down and then just look over to the stairs. Like, let's go this way. She's kind of
Yeah.
But she is, like, while they're in the town, obviously she's going to still have her sword and shield out. But once they get to the outskirts, she will be like, okay, we dealt with the kobolds, but remember, there are other things that are just as dangerous inside this forest itself. So just be ready. Remember, look out for giant fucking spiders.
Yeah. Grunker, you might want to stop shaking now. Grunker, where'd you go?
As
I
Grunker
really should be used to this by now.
Grunker skitters off into the underbrush.
It's just like, last thing he saw, he was shaking his stick loud. He's like, okay, maybe don't do that. Turns to look, go on.
Yeah, you hear the light shaking from behind the bush somewhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my sword away so I'm not a beacon of fuck.
Just shaking, like echoing from around us.
Ominous
Like,
rattling.
we don't know where it's coming from.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
what the fuck is happening?
Well, I mean, may as well try and be subtle. You don't know what the fuck's
Okay.
gonna be out here.
Subtle you are not.
I mean,
So-
it sounds pretty good.
Following the way you came into the forest. Yeah, everyone go ahead and make a stealth check.
Arngrim.
Nope.
Nope. And that's
In
just a
true
2.
Arngrim
I don't think he can guide himself with that.
Jesus. Sound
Yeah, we're just
doesn't
like,
care about
we
stealth.
killed a dragon, we killed a dragon, we killed a dragon, hey, 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 hey.
Yeah.
And we're just like singing through the forest. I think that's gonna be it. That's
Suddenly, it's-
Continuing through the path where you came, the adrenaline wearing off. There's a sense of ease as you don't pay much attention to the noise that Arngrim and Liska's armor is making, in particular. Saoyun, spending a good 10 minutes or so wandering back through the underbrush, following the path that led you into this into the forest here. You spot out of the corner of your eye, high up above in the trees, it looks like a series of spindly legs, and it's just holding there.
How high up are we talking?
About 40 feet up, and about 50 feet away from you. Definitely some sort of creature that seems to be holding its ground.
I'm gonna make it a point to tap Liske on the thigh, because that's the most easily reachable part for me. And then give her a
yes.
pointer to what I can see.
Liska, who is effectively blind in darkness, just kind of looks into the blackness, be like,
It's
what?
dim light, not darkness.
Oh, okay. So with disadvantage.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
She's just gonna kind of like slightly is going to be like, what is it?
There is something up there. You mentioned spiders earlier?
Yes, remember that giant spider corpse that we found?
Yeah,
No, was that one
I think so.
not that's a corpse? Okay. Can you shoot it to scare it away? Spiders
Sarge
tend to be
looks-
more ambushy than straight up and tries to fight back. They might scurry off.
Alright. Fun fact, my gun is magical now, and even the bullets are magically propelled, so...
Jesus.
How much noise is that gonna make?
Probably a lot.
I don't know.
Bang, bang, bang.
So you're gonna go blaster from Star Wars.
A tremendous crack, 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 crack echoes throughout the forest.
Ouch.
A number of you now see, Salyun, a number of spiders that you previously hadn't noticed scurry away, and so does the one that was looming in the tree.
You are right.
Seems as though you scared them away.
That's
Just gonna look at Vel and be like, the point was not sneaking.
No, I mean, they obviously saw us first, so... Yeah, let's just get the fuck out of here as soon as possible. Kind of tired of being in.
Yeah. Agreed. And so yeah, just gonna basically follow the path back that they took to get here
Yep.
until we find the cart.
Okay, everyone, don't forget about the bear traps.
Yeah, I'm gonna disarm the bear traps.
Oh,
Yep.
well, hopefully
So-
they're still.
I know
they're still
some
there.
of you got a better memory than I do, but it's just worth mentioning.
Grook's gonna scout ahead.
Okay.
We
Then.
go snapping a fever.
This does
Grunker.
remind me though of a story with my brother. So, sorry, short story time. I was DMing. I was DMing for my brother and a few friends, and they had just assaulted kind of a mage's keep, and there was a map room, and my brother was a rogue, and there was the door to it was trapped, and it had, you know, kind of like a kick stop on doors you see in restaurants where it's just like that metal,
Yeah.
like that metal sheet at the bottom. Basically, what the trap was is if you got within a certain distance and tried to get the handle, that sheet opened and a blade snapped out about shin level,
Ooh.
and he disarmed it. So he disarmed it. They got in. They found the maps. Like, oh hey, this is gonna be good for this is gonna help stop the invasion. Yada yada yada. And then as they're leaving, my brother specifically says, "Okay, you know what? I rearmed the trap." And there was just like, "Okay, cool, fine, whatever, ha ha ha." And they go off and they do another thing, and they fight the wizard. The wizard manages to escape, and then my brother's like, "Oh hey." Like, he said something important, but that reminds me of something in the map room. And so he's like, "Okay, I run back to the map room."
Oh,
and
no.
I was like, "Okay, do you just go in?" And he's just like, "Yeah." I was like, "Okay." roll a dex save. He failed his dex save and got hit by the trap. He rearmed, and it was the most perfect fucking moment of just a rogue fucking himself over. And it's just one of my favorite D&D moments where he, like, the look on his face when he realized he did this to himself. It was just so good, so fucking good.
That's great.
This is why I like traps, but also despise them.
Yeah. So, spending about 20 minutes scouting ahead, about 200 feet off from the edge of the forest, Grunker, you can see the shape of the steam hammer prominently silhouetted in the sunlight. You can also see some sort of spindly shape unmoving in front of the caravan. And a small figure atop the caravan itself.
Nope, she's a bit busy. We may not need to disarm the bear traps.
And
Gonna relay to the party that there's something there.
Double time.
all right.
Well, Grunker's the only one who knows about this, so.
He just said he came back and told us.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. No.
I think I no.
Use my earrings.
Oh,
The earring.
I need to
okay.
turn everyone up. There we go.
So,
Yes, I used the earring.
No, Gabba, please, my ears.
hurrying through the forest, double time, you eventually come upon the steam hammer and the caravan and Bastion as well, who's just busy, just idly chewing the dark green grass here. You can also see the bear trap seems to have worked, and it's you can see it's snapped up the legs of what looks like a giant spider, and clearly this has done it some harm, as you can see perched on top of the caravan, hand alight with Nightfire, what appears to be Vadmir, and you can see the giant spider is partially burning. Seems as though the bear trap worked, and she finished it off.
You alright, Vadi?
I'm good. Are you? Is everyone okay?
Surprisingly, yes.
What happened in there?
Dragon.
Yeah,
Just a
another
dragon.
dragon.
Dead.
Just the dragon.
Just a dragon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Tiny.
and
He's
Liska
small and
pulls out
stinky.
the dragon skull. Like, yeah, just a dragon.
Yeah, small and stinky.
Oh,
Young green dragon, I think.
Yeah, stinky.
I killed the spider.
So both of the traps are disarmed, right?
Yeah, but both the traps seem to have been sprung.
Okay, good. That one's gonna make his way over.
So is the spider alive?
She kind of lights her hand again and throws another Nightfire bolt at the spider, and he just doesn't move. Help!
Oh, it's
Can't be too careful.
I hate spiders.
Yeah, they're not fun.
You and me both, sister.
Webby.
Some spiders are alright though.
Yeah, some spiders are okay.
I love that everyone corrected themselves the second Webby came up.
Yeah, like Webby. Yeah.
You watch as Webby kind of crawls over, kind of peeks over Vadmir's back. It is okay. It is okay. I kept him safe for you.
Okay, that's good.
And Webby just kind of skitters down her over the caravan, skitters over towards you. Grunker crawls up onto your back like a backpack.
Hey, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, it was stinky. Horrible. Yeah. Yeah, I need a bath. Yeah. Thanks. So, you're just gonna like point to the spider and just kind of like say like quietly to Webby. It's like, whatever. It wasn't like a relative or anything, right? No. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's a different species, but yeah, you know, it's you know, I don't know. I don't really know how much how you'd be like, okay with with this killing another spider, but I guess you don't really care.
It's like, oh, just because I'm a spider, I have to know every spider.
Oh, you think all spiders know each other?
Yeah, it's the great. Yeah, it's the great web.
The Great Spider Collective.
The World Wide Web.
Yeah, exactly.
God damn it.
They're all connected through the World Wide
Hey,
Web.
it's an oldie but a goodie.
www.spiders.com.
Yeah, the spider mind.
Spiders.net. There you go.
Yeah,
God damn it.
exactly. There you go.
Anyway.
Right, let's get you down from there, Vaddy, and get this uncovered if you mind giving me a hand.
Sure. She kind of hops down, helps you out.
Gonna point to the javelin that he gave her for protection. Get any use out of that?
Little bit. I tried to hit it when it was trapped, but not very good at using javelins. She
I might
sheepishly
need to get you something a bit better for you.
sheepishly hands it back over to you.
Yeah, he'll take it. I'll make something for you later. Bit more well suited.
Okay. Thank you.
And then we'll get to work decamouflaging the wagon.
All right, you spend the next 10 minutes uncovering the steam hammer, the caravan, and eventually you're able to utilize them once more.
What time of day is it now that we're actually out of the cannon?
It looks to be about mid-afternoon.
Well, we'll see how far we can get, and hopefully we'll come across some kind of water source, or like a river. Honestly, I'll take anything at this point.
You smell venom.
Yeah, apparently green dragons are the stinky ones.
And if you're close enough to smell mustard gas, it might be a little too late.
I doubt
Okay.
it's mostly yes, but goddamn, there's no other description for it.
Well, no, I mean, in the original first edition, it specified they breathed mustard gas.
God.
It's nasty.
Yep.
Anyway, you all huck your supplies into the caravan and into the steam hammer. I think the things that are too large for the bag of colding, there is space in the steam hammer's refrigeration area to hold them.
I think that would probably just be the skull.
Mm-hmm.
Is green dragon even edible?
I imagine
I wouldn't try it.
it's like pufferfish. I imagine.
I figured it would be more like Surströmming or Lutefisk.
No, Jane.
What?
It's like that Icelandic thing.
Yeah, Surströmming.
No, that's Swedish. You insensitive bastard.
Oh, how could I? I'm
Just
sorry,
because
I
you
can
think
only
I'm Nordic, I
apologize.
know all the other.
No, it's the Greenland shark that they bury for like a month or two, and let it ferment away all the actual poisons that are in it.
Ah,
'Cause
yeah.
They actually smell like piss because they got a lot of urine in them.
But you head back out onto the road.
Regardless, we're not going to eat it.
Yeah.
No, I can't imagine. I can't imagine you would.
Oh. Yeah,
We know where it's been.
Yeah.
hawk or that sort of thing.
During the course of the day, over like the rest of the day, do we see any signs of water?
Make a perception check.
I would love to, because bath is desperately needed. You do not want to go to bed stanky.
20. You do see off to your right what looks like a small spring.
Right,
Well-
we'll go in there.
Probably not enough to bathe in, but definitely enough to sort of wash your face, wash your hands, wash your arms, that sort of thing.
Wash a lot with enough water.
Yeah.
Sponge.
So, do you happen to have
Do you say
I don't
cider?
know, Yeah, Siren. You know, the name of one of our party?
He said it sounded like siren to me. Like what?
No. So, do you happen to have, like, I don't know, prestidigitation or something?
She already did it. It's not going to be enough.
I mean, good enough for me.
Who? Why?
Oh, nothing. I mean, if it already happened, then it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, it did basically immediately. So I was just like, okay, before we go looking, you stank. Here we go.
I think it's more that Vellum would like to feel clean as well.
Yeah, because while it may magically clean you, it's like adding deodorant on top of unwashed body. It's not pleasant.
I almost feel like it's, what do they call those? Like a sweat bath? Where, like, you get the, like, kind of blunt stone and you kind of scrape off the...
Either way, he still feels dirty.
Needs
That was a lot.
needs some deeper cleaning.
Yeah, you need the old good old fashioned bit of water.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess
So
we
it needs to
are
camp
we gonna
anyway.
stop and enjoy spring? Hot spring
It's
episode, y'all.
afternoon, so by the time we get to it, it'll probably be camp time.
Yeah, if,
I mean,
if
if
you
I
like.
guess if it's close enough tonight, like if it's close enough to...
It is turning about. It's turning out early evening at this point.
Yeah.
Liska is going to stop Vellum real quick, be like, hold on. And then she's going to get her water bag and a few more,
bag.
and then fill that
Alright,
up, and
yeah,
then be
water-
like, okay.
Yeah, thanks for stopping.
Yeah.
Probably don't want to get it out. Yeah, and I guess we'll just sort of make camp nearby the spring.
All right.
Everybody gets bath time.
Yeah. Shame it's not a lake, but you know, can't all be had.
A nice spring is a nice spring.
Spring is nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's running water, so...
Yeah. Eventually, you all make camp. Vellum, you take a long-needed bath. Ever since coming out to the forest, the acrid smell has just hung over you like a like a foul stench that you just can't get rid of.
Yeah, it's like you feel like greasy layer. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like it should be clean, but it's still not, and you need a proper scrub.
It's like everybody else is fine.
Mhm.
Vellum, though. Vellum still stinks.
Well, I mean, sorry, I don't take lazy wizard baths, okay?
Oh, no, it's not that. It's just, it amuses me to think that. that like,
It
maybe you
bothers
just
me
spent
more
too
right
much... Yeah, maybe you just spent too much time in its mouth, or something. It's just like...
I figure that's probably it, yeah, because that's what the big old stank came from. So it's bound to be soaking into those jowls.
Mhm.
After some much-needed fan service, cleaning, he's gonna come back to camp and just sort of sit down. Right, so I know I'm from Malin, but a dragon's common because we seem to be seeing a lot of them.
We've seen who?
And that is more than enough for less than a year. I always got the feeling they were like rare creatures and things to behold and all that.
Well, I mean, they are... So, something to think of, like, once is happenstance, 2 is coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. So, I think it's just coincidence that we happen to run into 2.
What's 4 times?
That would be part of the pattern.
What?
That would be part of the pattern.
What pattern?
3 plus is pattern.
No, it's 4.
Yeah, 4 is part of 3 plus.
What?
Exactly.
Either way, 2 in the space of a few months, not really rare to me. Just didn't know if it was a Malin thing or if we just have really bad luck.
I mean, again, it is coincidence. We happen to be adventurers. We happen to be exploring Mayland, going into places that people normally wouldn't.
I should also mention that, as per the adventurous lifestyle, we travel a lot, as mentioned by Liska, and by virtue of that alone, we see a lot of things a lot of other people barely hear about. So,
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Just
alright, let me ask
back
you a
home, I just hear
question.
I just hear all the sailor stories, you know, about darkening in
Let
the
me
sky,
ask you a question
down
then.
and stealing livestock and all that shit.
Let me ask you a question. How often did you venture outside your village?
Not that often, no. So I can
There
get
you
why I
go.
wouldn't see dragon, but I don't know, maybe it's just stories being exaggerated, I guess.
I mean, I don't think they are. Again, we just happen to be the kind of people that run into dragons. Like, if we had stayed in Dune Hollow, think about this. If we hadn't specifically changed course to do this, we would not have seen the dragon.
Yeah,
It's just happenstance.
well, fair enough.
I mean, how often do you happen to see a giant rockworm? Not that often, but hey, it just so happened we went underground where they happen to be, and we fought the water with a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
It's just,
A giant, large. Tao sort of gets a little distant in her eyes. Very large brain.
Well, I mean, that could have gone a lot worse, honestly. So, I guess that's a good sign.
yes, I definitely think that it could have been worse, but I do think that with kind of what we are, who we are, it's not that big a deal. We'll definitely face worse the longer we go.
I'm sort of cleaning the water out of his ears a bit, sort of drying his hair a bit, but then he just sort of stares into the distance. It kind of just hit me. We fought a dragon again.
Yeah.
Huh. My
Was
life
there more to
took a
that
funny
statement,
way.
or
No, just sort of sunk in. I mean, in the moment, there's all the adrenaline and the high you get from duking it out with some mythical beast, but I guess after finally just sort of having to sit down and soak, just sort of, yeah, did not think my life would go this way, I'll be honest.
yeah, it's just how it happens. It is the life of the adventurer. That is what you signed up for when you decided to do this instead of blacksmithing.
Look, I have not done anything instead of blacksmith. I'm still a blacksmith.
I mean, you kind of have done stuff other than blacksmithing. Like, you could have stayed in Dune Hollow and just solely dedicated yourself, but instead you're traveling, you're fighting things off. At this point in time, you are adventuring instead of blacksmithing.
Adventuring is part of my craft. Admittedly, I fight more than I thought I would, but all of this wandering around, this going to new places, seeing what's there, it's all to learn, to grow. I mean, if I'm not fighting things out there, I've learned so much more fighting nasties and getting hit than I have sitting in the workshop and working up drafts. And even if we're not fighting, I'm seeing new places, new ways of crafting, new...
Yes, but that is... going and exploring, yes. Sure, that is, I guess you can say, part of blacksmithing, that you're learning from different individuals what you can, but fighting is not really part of that. Fighting is something else entirely. We are adventuring, we're not... I guess I should say this, you are not a blacksmith going to learn from different blacksmiths. You are an adventurer who happens to blacksmith in his off time, it seems, as of right now.
I prefer to think of it as the other way.
Honestly, you two are arguing back and forth with this. I'm just gonna say it like this. You're both right, and you're both wrong.
I guess I just don't see myself as anything but what I am.
I mean, best way to test your work is in the field, is it not?
Know the F to the weapon, to know how the armor sits, all that business. I mean, it's the only reason I know how to use half of this shit.
Well, on that note, I am going to enjoy those springs. So,
Go for it. Nice and crisp.
I might follow after you. First, I have some few things I need to sort out.
that's fine. Join me if you like. I think it's big enough.
Hey.
And
I
this
don't
was
think
gonna-
it is.
I just caught on to what you said. Cheeky.
Okay. That wasn't what I was going for, but all right, you perps. Jeez.
I'm saying that Jenna is just like it's not enough for like a proper bath, but it's good enough to clean yourself off with. And then Liska's like, it's big enough for both of us, me, the mountain folk.
I mean, it kind of depends. Like,
No,
there
I
are
get
different size springs. If it's big enough for Vellum to soak in, it's probably big enough for like 1 or 2 people. Regardless, Liska's going to just kind of, her armor set to the side. She's just kind of walking off with a towel. And yeah, she's going to disappear for a little while. Just kind of soak, bathe.
It
Do
clean
my-
evolved dragon blood.
Well, that's prestidigitation helped with that, but yeah, just enjoy the sensation of bathing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sayun, what did you want to do?
Majority of it is just counting up the gold and making sure that I account for the things I've used.
Mhm. Okay.
Mostly so I can in-game take note of how it worked and how well it worked, and then make sure I note down I need to make more.
Yeah. You spend
I
your
have a
time.
quick question.
Oh, good.
I did have a quick question. Don't keep us done with that. Is Vadmir a sorcerer?
You are unsure.
No, I mean, I mean, I can just
Feel
always ask
established
what
that she
she
is.
is. Yeah, because I was just planning. It's like, okay, what the fuck am I gonna make Vadmir? What class even is she? But then I realized I could probably just ask her.
She's a satyr.
He's a plot device, apparently.
He's a person. Fucking
What is
yeah.
your class? Plot.
Okay,
MacGuffin.
XP from plot armor.
Mad.
Right, sorry. Back in character. Buddy, you about?
Peeks her head out from the caravan.
Seeing as that javelin wasn't really your sort of thing, what sort of weapons can you even use?
I can use daggers pretty well from my time on the street. Quarterstaffs. My parents taught me how to use a crossbow for hunting while in the Ebonwood Forest.
He sort of like gotten a bit of parchment out and is scribbling down notes.
A crossbow that fires knives that's the size of a quarterstaff.
I think we call that a harpoon gun.
Vatne
Yes.
mostly uses her magic.
That's fair, but it's always good to have a backup. And I think if I got this figured out right, it might actually help your spellcasting.
Ooh.
I'll work on something. He sort of like takes the vague notes he scribbled, tucks them back away into the bag.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta work on a lot of different things to learn what I can, and I think everyone should deserve to have something to help keep them safe and help
Yeah.
be the best they can be.
You're out of the spring dressed, yeah?
Oh yeah, he came back dressed.
Yeah, I thought so.
And just saunter up fucking Starkers. That would have been incredibly awkward. Just sits down naked, starts talking about dragons.
just no.
Dragging these nuts all over the
Dragons. Christ. Stabbed to it by about
Think of the fucking children, mate.
He has
Anyway.
Okay.
Anyway, as you kind of put your notepad away, you kind of hug around the waist. Thank you.
No problem, buddy. I'm gonna give it like a pat.
Liska.
I know what I'm gonna make.
Yep.
Nice solid erudite's core stuff.
Liska, as you kind of take your time soaking in the springs, you hear a small shimmer in your ear, followed by a voice.
Pardon for the intrusion. This is the Jarl. He wishes to inquire with the keep about a figure called Elizabeth von de la Cour. Events are moving rather swiftly. This one wishes to track her down. Must I join the keep? Where did this rain come from? How much can you share on Elizabeth?
And that's only to Liska, right?
That's only to Liska.
It's fine.
Liska, you feel an expectant pause between each of these messages.
Drink limits.
Alright. Well, that first one's 26 words. Sorry.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I'm just fucking around. She wishes to inquire. Is she wishes to inquire Dejart speaking in the third person or the second person? Like, is she referring to herself?
Yeah, he's referring to herself.
Okay.
Yeah, she does a lot of this one.
As a Kashyyyk does.
Liska wouldn't know about the 25 word limit. Hello. This is Liska. I mean, if you want to join the keep, you can. Elizabeth von Dragul, I think that's more under... I forgot his fucking name. The werewolf guy. I think this,
Rathgar.
no, not big werewolf guy. The dude that is part of the...
Hans von Richter.
Yeah, I think that is more Hans von Richter's purview. Rain, I have no idea who that is.
And it cuts off.
And then I guess when the second message comes... Actually, hold on, because of that... Sorry, I should probably... Okay, sorry. Let me kind of redo that because these things are happening one after another and there's double pauses.
Right.
So yeah, hello, like, oh, hi, hello, this is Liska. I think for Elizabeth van der Goel, you want to talk to Hans Richter? He is the one that has been hunting her down for quite some time. That's just kind of what he does. He's trying to get revenge on her. And then for this, if that didn't cut off at the second message, yeah, you can join the keep if you want. I don't see why you wouldn't. Like, it's a pretty fun place to be. I don't know where the rain came from, the sky. Like, if I don't know where you are that it's raining. As for Elizabeth, I think she happens to be some vampire lady. Again, talk to Hans. He's the one that knows about this.
As the words come back to you, Dejar, some of them are cut off, but you get the name of Hans von Richter, enabling you to further delve into your studies.
Alright then.
And Liska, who wasn't around for rain, just like, I mean, where does rain come from? The fucking clouds? Like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck is?
Yeah.
It's like, how do I track her down? Do I have to join the keep? Where's this rain coming from? Like, how much can you share on Elizabeth? It's just like, just a weird aside in the middle of this questioning.
Rain goes on the plains in Spain. It also go down in Africa.
So this spell functions as like a mental reply, or is it? Do you have to speak?
From the games I've done, it's the person speaks and it's sent mentally. But if you want to rule it differently,
Is this message or sending?
it's sending.
I think sending you talk.
That's what I read.
Yeah, because depending on whether it's mental or speaking, those of you nearby would also hear this.
Yeah,
Because this happened during Liska's part.
Yeah, listen.
She's just having a clean, and then it starts talking to herself.
Implying we're all like really close by.
Yeah, y'all perving on Liska?
Look, I mean,
No.
people watching the stream need their fans.
Well, I imagine, yeah, some people, behind the bush, not like peeping, but sort
they're
of.
peeping behind the bush, gotcha.
No.
Maybe like 100 feet away.
Yeah. Liska's got a fairly booming voice. She's a big woman.
I mean, you can probably from that distance. Yeah, it's not like she's. I feel like kind of muttering to herself, but you can
Yeah,
probably hear her speaking. You I guess roll high to discern what word she's talking about.
I imagine Sayun would probably hear it at least with her passive
I'm being
perception.
passive.
Yeah.
You're stonkingly huge.
But that would require I'm nearby. Is this at the spring or?
Is you've made camp at the spring here?
Yeah, but
Or
is-
nearby the
is-
spring, so people can have
Is
some.
it at the spring getting washed
Yes.
while she's getting this message, or?
Yes.
Okay, then I'd be out of range to hear it.
Okay.
It will be a mystery forever. I mean, even if we do hear her mumbling, it's like, why would we try to listen on what she's saying to herself?
Fair enough. Okay. So you all finish up your bathing for the early evening. Start turning around, yeah, mid to late evening at this point. Liska's managed to gather up a fire So you all gather
I'll
around.
not start one, just gather up entire flames in her hands.
Yes.
Oh, she rolls, man. Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah, it's
I'm a little giddy today.
Hey, that's my job.
Yeah. Plus, it's his job. God.
Yeah. Everything's so black now. What happens?
It's
It's
changing scenes.
Oh yes, let's go. I just gotta open my eyes.
no cicadas.
Oh no, cicadas. Hey Janitor, is there any fruit around?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Could I?
Would it be survival? Like you're scrounging for fruit?
Don't you have a background?
Oh yeah,
check for this?
you've
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you've got
like,
the
couldn't I
wanderer.
just use
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, you've got the wanderer feat. Yeah, you can find a couple of lone apple trees that you do manage to find. Wild apples on.
Ooh, wild apples.
Oh,
Wild untamed apple.
I'm just gonna take a bunch back.
Okay. Is there anything you wish to talk about around the fire, or shall we move on to the next day?
I think I've explored all the options.
Depends if this guy want to share.
I don't think she would, if only because the way it was presented, it seems like it was Hunter's Keep business.
Okay.
You're gonna come back with the apples.
Apples.
You're just gonna sit down by the fire.
Yeah. So go ahead and mark off 10 wild apples.
Okay.
Don't mind me, I'm just doing my.
Wine apple.
So as
Stop.
oh
So, with the apples, Grook is gonna sit there. He's gonna like have them all in front of him by the fireplace. He's gonna take one of them. And he's gonna examine it a bit. And he's gonna hold it over the fire. He's gonna wait a couple of seconds. And it's gonna be okay. And he's gonna put it back in the place. He's gonna take another apple. He's gonna do the same thing. He's gonna keep doing that. And just put all the apples into the accepted pile.
okay.
Yeah.
What's what's the point of this? What's
starting the
Skronka doing?
Well, it depends. Is anyone gonna ask him?
So-
Sure, fuck it, why not?
So what? So go through the steps of what you just did. You're
He's sorting apples into piles.
Yeah, so I came back with wild apples. I sat down by the fireplace. I took an apple. I inspected it with my big old eyes. I then held it over the fire for a couple of seconds, kinda spinning it around a bit. Took it back, looked at it, put it in the good pile. Took the next apple, did the same thing, put it in the good pile, and did that.
okay. Yeah, sure. What you got there, Gronka?
What?
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just checking for Greeks.
Looking for Grix.
Yeah.
You mean worms?
What? No. You gotta check for parasites before you eat by growing things.
And you
Okay.
do that by putting them over the fire.
You don't know what a Grix is?
I mean, those were the things that we fought in the deep dark. But they were way too big to be just in an apple. You talking about those worm things that when we first went down into the pyramid?
Oh no, I forgot we named those another thing. We called those something else. I actually don't know if this thing would have a name, but it's like a little it's like a parasite that we have down at our place. It's it tends to like grow, like it kind of like enters a fruit or like and kind of lives in it, and then when something is trying to eat it, it kind of like lashes out and kind of crawls down your stomach. It's not very nice.
Oh, we call them cactus burrows.
I don't know what that is. And
Well, I
then
mean,
it
back there
kinda,
when you get cactus fruit, and sometimes there's little wigglers in there, and if you bite them, they like jump into the roof of your mouth and dig in there.
oh, it sounds similar, but this kind of like this thing kind of like goes like into your stomach, and then it likes then it kind of lives in there for a while.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it kind of like I haven't had one, but we have had a couple of what would even be called? I guess the translation would be gulping baskers. I think we've had like I was with one when they one of them had one of these, and they kind of opened it up and showed us how it was, and it wasn't very nice. It kind of like attaches to like the inside of your stomach with like little like arms, kind of, and it kind of like suspends itself like floating in your stomach. Like apparently like if you like jump around, you can kind of feel it like bouncing in there. It's kind of weird.
That's Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just looking on, mildly horrified.
Yeah, and it kind of like attaches a its mouth, I guess you would call it. It kind of like attaches it to like where the food comes in through the belly, and it kind of like eats what you eat.
You describing a tapeworm out of character?
No, it
Okay.
has like a similar idea, I guess. But it eats that, and then like it doesn't need like too much to like live, so it doesn't like starve you, but it then kind of like poops out everything else, and then you're kind of have a bunch of like poop in your belly, which is pretty gross.
I think I'll stick with my cactus nasty, thanks. At least they have the
Yeah.
decency to stab you.
Yeah, so the thing is that they really don't like fire or like warmth, like very warm stuff. They kind of live off in like the more darker, like colder caves and areas. So you kind of like if you ever go down there and you don't have like, I don't know, a guide or whatever, then you should always put your food, especially if it's like a fruit or something that looks like a fruit, you kind of like put it over the fire and and it just kind of like, if it doesn't know, like if it has one of these things in it, I think I have to come up with like the name in like trade tongue. I don't really know what it would be.
Tapeworm.
Oh, we can
I
always
don't know,
look
it's
it up
not-
in the next town.
Yeah, it's not really worm. But yeah, like if you put it in like over fire, it kind of starts to scream, and then you know that you shouldn't eat this thing, and you should probably kill it.
Good to know.
Well, that is
Yeah.
horrifying.
Yeah, it tends to like,
it's,
yeah, it flails around a bit when you do.
I mean, that's why I always just cut up my fruit before I eat it.
Yeah. It, yeah, it's pretty nasty.
see, cutting it up doesn't really work with the ones back home. You gotta put them in water so they're lured out to the water. They hide in the fruit for moisture and sustenance, so you just plonk them in a bowl of water and they'll wiggle their way out, and then you just throw them away.
Oh, it doesn't sound too bad.
Well, I mean, they stab real deep.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know, you don't have to like, you know, you could still just kind of reach in there and like grab them out, right? You don't
Yeah, I
have
mean,
to,
you're gonna
like-
have to, otherwise they just keep going and they'll go up
Yeah.
and up.
Yeah, so you don't have to like, you know, eat hot cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that we're giving Jenna ideas for horrible things to put in our food.
Oh no, I've already talked to Jenny about this a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm sorry if any of mine is nonsense. I just sort of make up whatever shit thing.
Yeah. The video I posted is what inspired this thing.
The one with the Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Click it.
Anyway, Grunka does that. And now we had a nice little chat.
About horrifying parasites. Great.
Yeah. Cause the deep dark is fucked up.
Yeah, it kind of is.
The fuck is that?
Kinda.
Well, we're very much not in the deep dark, so.
Oh,
yeah. But you know,
But habits.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you know, he
habits are
doesn't,
habits.
he doesn't know these things exist up here.
I'm also glad that he didn't bring this up while we were in the deep dark.
Nah, I mean, you know.
It's fine. They probably know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he thought everybody knew what they were.
Well,
So-
we've all learned horrible things.
I think I
Anyone
called
want to
them-
get checked?
Yeah, I think I called them squibs
Check for
actually.
worms.
Squibs.
Yeah. Cause their stomach squibs.
By the way, Jenna, if I do make up any nonsense that's so minor it doesn't seem like it, but it does, tell me to shut up. Or correct me.
Oh no, this is all great for the lore. I love it.
Yeah. Don't
I'll
eat,
tell you. Shut up.
Don't eat squibs.
So, as you
Presumably we'll talk about positive things before we turn in.
sure.
Like, yeah, like, that's so weird, but there's this other thing in the parasite that, like, when you eat it, it makes you stronger and faster. And, like, that's why I always, like, it's the best kind of thing to get. Like, it makes you smarter. It's, like, the equivalent of reading all those books of, like, physical prowess and shit. It's amazing. You should... It's, like, 1 in a million, but...
Parasites are living clothes and
Is
eat
this,
blood.
is this
Like,
a,
I know parasites that, like, when you eat them, you shit out gold, and it's just, like, the best. We're just making shit up.
Talk about something that's give off the
Fuck's
cicada.
sake.
is the Futurama episode?
What is this conversation?
I don't.
We're just
know,
making
and
stuff
I'm
up.
Confused.
Like, if you're gonna make make up like a horrifying person, I'm gonna make up a nice one. It's
Fair.
that's not really a parasite as much at that point. It's more just a symbiote.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, well, I think I'm going to turn in, and I hope these cicadas don't get any louder, because goddamn. Then he will just head into the wagon.
You want an
Okay.
apple before you go?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Liska's just basically sitting there at the fire, drying out her hair or drying out her
And that
mane,
thing's
and
forever.
going back through the long, complicated braiding process that she uses.
Yeah.
The one benefit of having all your hair dissolved by acid and growing back. Less to clean.
Actually, that brings up a point I've been wanting to ask. It's
Yeah.
been a couple of months now. How is Willem actually looking?
Oh, Velum's got like sort of crew cut short hair by now.
Yeah. He's been keeping it neat and tidy.
Yeah,
Half an inch-
come up a couple
half
of
an
times.
inch a month.
About yeah.
So
Still don't have any eyebrows though.
No, you would have.
those never come back.
No, this is a long time to grow.
I need to get around to doodling what his current hair length is.
Just draw them on. It's fine.
Yeah, no eyelashes, no eyebrows.
Roll them off.
But regardless.
Yes, that is the current state of Velum's hair. I will
Yes.
keep you up to date as time progresses.
So, as you all eventually turn in for the night one by one, the morning comes without issue. Vladimir being on night watch as usual.
Webby.
So everybody can get an actual full night's sleep.
It's,
Yeah. Don't forget about Webby.
Don't
Vladimir,
forget
yeah.
about where.
Vladimir
does his thing.
and Webby are both on night watch as usual.
Nice.
And you once again head off onto the road.
Heck yeah. I hate having 10,000 projects. Because, like, shit, what do I do? And then I forget I'm playing D&D and be like, oh shit, I should do something.
So, as you continue down the road off towards the south, entering into the Hollow Valley. Let's see. Arngrim is a native of Mayland. Go ahead and make a history check for him with advantage. You can also do guidance if he so chooses.
Sure.
Why wouldn't you do guidance?
Sure. History check with advantage. Ah, 24.
Oh, there we go. So,
Sorry, it would technically be 22 because guidance
yeah.
would. So yeah, 22.
So 22. Yeah, that'll be fine. The Hollow Valley itself, it's a long series of highland valleys within Mayland's southern regions here, and it's through here that the Esma River flows and gives life to temperate forests, pines, tall the tall cliffs are very renowned for its populations of giant rams. Though very little grows within the valley itself, and much of the region beyond the forest near the river is comprised of flat, kind of softly rolling grasslands. However, the Hollow Valley is also renowned for its bandits and brigands. The high cliffs provide the lawless with ample crevices, caves, and hideouts to inhabit and create their own bases of operations here. It's because of this that difficult to track criminals. It's very difficult to track criminals back to their redoubts without the means to scale the cliff faces. And the unscrupulous residents of these retreats are often very well prepared. While most would consider the valley in and of itself to be fairly mundane and uninteresting, it's the folklore is what defines the region. When natives of Malin speak of the Hollow Valley, the conversation invariably veers towards the legend of the Hollow Man. And such tales involving the mythical figure are popular among the fireside ghost stories. Historically, most archivists date the first tales of this mythical figure to as early as the 1400 AE. The local folklore weaved stories of a wealthy nobleman from Orkney who fell in love with a young maiden soon to be wed. She was a flower merchant by trade who sold roses, and her father had already arranged a marriage for her to an older, far more wealthy baron. When the baron and her father discovered this illicit tryst between her and the nobleman, the baron hired highwaymen to kill him. The nobleman was ambushed alongside the roadside within this very valley, and local stories go into grim detail regarding his disembowelment and beheading. The nobleman, according to the tales, is said to wander the valleys as a lonely, wailing spirit, now hollow from his broken heart and his absence of innards. Modern depictions of the Hollow Man portray him as riding a black horse with a flaming mane of hair, wearing dark, hooded... while the Hollow Man himself wears a dark, hooded coat with no head to cloak in shadow. He is said to wield an infernal rapier, with which he vows to pierce the heart of anyone who plotted his murder. Black roses are used by the superstitious, travelling through the valley to ward off any supposed presences of the Hollow Man, and it's believed that black roses harbour far too much heartbreak for the Hollow Man to approach. Although burning roses are said to be omens of his presence, which are symbolic of his burning vengeful rage.
Alright. Well then. I feel like Arngrim probably said this the last night, like the night before, like as kind of like a ghost story.
Yeah.
Like,
Would make sense.
going into the Hollow Valley. Better watch out. So yeah, I guess just gonna look out for burning roses. It's like, yeah. It's like, so.
Yeah.
Like, make sure you watch out for burning the roses. Otherwise, we might get kind of fucked up.
Is that just Arngrim's catchphrase now?
That's how you are.
I mean, yeah, that seems to be what he does all the time. So yeah, just to the watch, to those keeping an eye out, just be like, hey, watch out for burning roses for headless horsemen. We're not anybody named Ichabod. Yeah, just let's keep clear of them.
All right. Continuing on through the Hollow Valley. First watch goes without issue. First day.
Jenner, while we're traveling, do we come across any like road patrols or anything of that sort?
You do come across a patrol of mountain guard, who have come up from the south, presumably from Lakesvale.
Well, fuck it, yeah. Just let them know about the situation with the kobolds and ask what might be best to do with whatever trade goods we've recovered. Because I think he said some of them might have been heading to Dumeril.
Oh, right. We've heard about what's happening up there near the Sandor Thicket. a green dragon. Am I understanding that right?
Yep, and I figure that's why the kobolds were doing what they were doing.
Well, it's likely those trade goods came from Lakesvale itself. If you're headed down south here, you might want to return them into the local authority. Just beware. The leadership of Lakesville can be a bit temperamental with each other.
Thanks for warning. And we do happen to be in that way, so I can get these returned.
Righto. Good luck.
And give them a nod and scoodle off.
With that,
Just before I go fucking things up and going and being like, let's return these trade goods, and then just wrong direction.
yeah.
Sal just gives a look to Arngrim and then just casually says, temperamental leaders. Now, where have you heard that before?
Can't be talking about dwarves. Dwarves are solid as stone. Sure in their actions and ways.
I love that you've done that, because that is almost mannerism for mannerism a character campaign. That's fun.
Yeah, it's just fun.
It
It's
is.
fun being a dwarf, like Arngrim. Yeah, I mean those are slightly different, but yeah, like a little engine.
So it's matching.
Like
his
I'm a
style.
forge cleric.
A mighty motorboat. Anyway, just wanted to get that secured before we proceeded to roll.
Like I'm a dwarf. I only motorboat the bosom of Mother Earth herself.
Eventually, night comes again.
I love all these canonical things Arngrim's saying. Sorry, continue, Jenner.
Eventually, night comes again. You'll hitch your way up on the side of the road here. Just being wary about the stories you've heard of the Hollow Valley still playing in your mind from Arngrim's fantastic telling of this this horrifying ghost story.
I'm kind of curious.
Hmm?
Yep, good storytelling. 19.
Oh yeah, very much so.
Or was it, sorry, performance. So subtract 4 from that. 15.
15.
Yeah.
It's definitely enough to put Vadmir on edge.
Vadmir is also like a child. So
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
you
now
could scare her with a shoebox if you told the right story.
And
I
Shaq
like how
wore
when
size
Tom
32
Not a
shoes.
child, but suddenly we're telling ghost stories, and now she is a child. It's like, make your mind.
It's more for the fact that her mannerisms tell me, like, she's
Yeah.
still very much childlike in her, perception of the world.
Yeah, of course. She's seen some shit, but at the same time, freaky stuff.
Naive and innocent.
And as you all find yourselves resting for the evening, you see Vadmir sort of perked up on top of the caravan, ears sort of moving individually like that of a deer's. You can see the moonlight reflecting in her eyes like a cat's. She's just alert and is fearfully watching out for the rest of the group.
Seeing that,
It'll be alright.
Liz is gonna kind of like reach up because she's tall enough to, and just kind of like pat Vadmir on the legs like he's just stories, Vadmir, just myths and legends.
Vadmir knew that.
Mhm.
She's clearly terrified. It doesn't require like a huge insight check.
And remember, we're all within earshot. Webby's going to be here helping you if anything happens. Like Rule, like exactly Spider Boy. Yeah. So again, don't worry about it. Like We've fought a lot worse than made up headless horseman. Like, think about that. He doesn't have a head.
What dragon
How is he
the other-
going to attack you? You can't even see.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with Velem's advantage.
Okay. Liska.
Well, I was gonna go for it because I actually have efficiency.
Sure, go ahead.
I mean, no. If you want us to do that.
Huzzah!
Yeah.
Hey, 15.
You know
With
what?
that -1.
Vladimir seems to light up and says, "You know what? We have fought big, face-sucking monsters."
Like, think about it. He doesn't even have a face. He doesn't have a head.
This is true.
He probably uses his horse to see. That's why he's always riding it, because otherwise he'd just stumble around in the darkness. Like,
Do you even have a horse?
yeah, that's what he said. He had a horse with a flaming mane.
Okay.
Vladimir is
So you're
going
just really
to...
pushing for the headless horseman parallel.
Yeah.
No, Janner set it up.
Okay.
That's why I was like, beware people named Ichabod, because the horseman's going to be not far behind.
Vladimir is going to check on Webby's perimeter.
Really. And then she's going to. This is going to throw up her bedroll or hammock if there are trees nearby, whatever, and just, chill.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna stay up a little bit. Nice. Sleep tight.
Venom, go ahead and make a perception check.
Sure.
So you're now on watch as well.
Yeah. I mean, she seems fine, but also he's slightly paranoid because we've heard a lot of stories, and so far they've all kind of been true.
26.
Kind of been true.
Yeah.
An hour goes by, 2 hours. The night falls into early morning to midnight.
Early morning to midnight. Jump
Sorry,
forward in time. backwards?
midnight to early morning. You see a glint out the corner of your eye, Bellum. And as you look over, you can see in the bushes, much like Vladmir's eyes, 2 more pairs of reflective eyes. And these have a tinge of green to them.
Is Vladimir here?
I'm sorry. Spells.
Vladimir,
Don't
Vladimir
ignore that.
is
God damn it,
is-
what the fuck?
Vladimir is sat next to you, just seemingly having not noticed this.
I was almost tempted to yeet a javelin into there, but then I had to be sure it wasn't Vladimir. It's alright. Still a bit giddy. Venom's gonna, feign as if he hasn't seen the eyes. Stand up and give a stretch. I'm gonna stretch my legs, Vladdy. You, stay here and keep an eye on things.
Okay.
And, you sort of mumble in, actually, does she have an earring, or is it just the main party that have an earring?
I think it's just the main party.
Okay, I had to be sure. And then sort of mumble in demonic, 'cause I think she knows demonic as well. And keep your eyes peeled. And that will have a bit more of the sort of knowing connotation to it before he starts, not straightaways going towards where he saw the glint, but sort of meandering his way around and keeping an eye for any sort of movement or activity with it.
Do you meander around? With your natural 20, you see that the eyes seem to follow you. You see a small... You hear a small rustle in the bushes before a shape steps out of it.
All right. Well,
It's a small silhouette. You could probably categorize it as tiny.
okay. Can I see make any details out? besides its silhouette?
It seems
Given that I
to-
have meandered a bit towards it.
It seems to be quadrupedal. You can see a long tail.
Oh no, don't give us a pet! Don't give us a pet! Sorry, reflex. I'm calm. I am dialing it back. But yes, quadrupedal, has a tail.
And it
The only
just
detail-
seems to be keeping its distance for now. The eyes are reflective, green, unblinking.
Okay.
It's almost eerie.
Well, in very sort of slow, deliberate motions, no sudden movement, since you said its eyes were fixed on Vellum, right?
Mhm.
A fair distance away, gonna sort of face it and sit down, sort of in a very passive stance. He's still obviously got his sword in his coat and his shield on his back, sort of deal, but they're not drawn. And he'll sort of just look at it, try and get a better sense of what the hell this thing is, and see what it does next.
You spend a good few moments looking at this shape, and it starts to approach slowly. You swear you hear in your mind whispers.
Oh,
Fake
I don't like
whispers.
that. And not in any language I understand, yes?
No, not in any language you understand. It's these faint, barely audible whispers. Before it, the shape finally seems to sit, and just within range for you to hear a slight.
Have you canonized your cat?
If only.
Would have been hilarious.
So they were distinctly whispers, not like just vague sounds that seemed like whispers.
Distinct whispers.
And the sort of very low tones was not to alert or worry anyone. And now it's close enough to be able to speak that quietly without being unheard. Are you doing that? And sort of point to his head. Meow, once for yes and twice for no. So it's sentient enough to understand that, but it's not responsible for the whispers according to it.
Or it's just coincidence.
Or it's coincidence, time to delve deeper. You understand.
You watch as this creature plods over in your direction, and you get a better look at it now, in the dimness of the firelight of as how far you've walked away from it. You see a cat, a black cat, large green eyes.
Are we talking like a normal cat or some sort of big?
Definitely, seems to be some sort of normal house cat, but the eyes, there's something off about the eyes. They are almost like large dinner plate sized eyes. That seem to just, it feels like they're staring into the coldness of your soul. It's the,
Without a character, but Vellum has no clue.
it's difficult to pinpoint what this creature is. Sure, it looks like a cat, but I don't know. There's something off about it.
Very fugly, I am.
And there's you see a light emanate from behind it.
Okay.
As-
How big? Like,
About well, you look over it. You see a small 3 foot by 3 foot hole open up in the ground. Clearly some sort of portal. Purple light spews forth. and you see raising up from behind it some sort of package. And it drifts over to you.
I know exactly what this is, but again, Velen doesn't. So he is looking a little confused and perturbed, but it's magic and it's not exploding and it's not fucking with his mind. So as it sort of drifts over, he's gonna take a hold of it, still like eyes on the key. Thanks.
And you watch as it backs up, jumps in the portal, and the portal vanishes.
Okay, that was weird.
Delivery cat.
Could sort of like get up off the ground with the package, go back over to sit next to Vladimir. I think that was a familiar, so nothing to worry about. But sort of looks at the box. Right, it's like what sort of box is it? Like a basic wooden one?
Lucia, how would you describe how this package?
Fucking knew it. Yeah, at the second those big ass eyes came into play, I knew it was your fugly fucking cat.
Well, yeah, it's sort of. There's two sort of like medium-sized, not medium-sized ones, but like small ones. They're kind of like wrapped around in velvet, all very like, you know, fancy and a bit like very very neat. Very, you can tell that they were methodically put together.
Well,
And they're also both marked with the names of the respective people who own them. So one for Vellum and one for Liska.
oh, okay. That makes him a lot less paranoid now.
You also see some sort of wax-sealed scroll attached to the main package here.
Right, well, I won't wait Liska for this. I can give that to her in the morning. And then he sort of pops that to one side. And opening up that there scroll.
Alright.
And also, Craze, do you want to put the cat in the chat so everyone can see the fugly, beautiful boy?
Yeah. Hold on.
Do it.
I drew a thing for this. It's very, very rushed.
The cat is fucking rough.
Well, fuck
Oh, you wait.
I remember when I first saw the original drawing of it, I was just like, God, that's fugly, but lovable.
That's exactly it. Because at first I thought we were getting jumped by psychic blink cats or some shit, and then it's like it's a regular sized cat with huge eyes, and I was like, oh, familiar. And the portal with packages, and I'm like,
Oh, wow.
There he is.
Link caps would be interesting.
Psychic
'Cause-
cats.
Excuse my slow-ass internet during this intermission.
It's fine.
That's
Go ahead.
fine.
What you were doing, Jen?
That's just interesting because
Yeah.
oh yeah,
There
the
we
eyes
go.
that go different directions. Nice.
There's the boy.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in the Roll20 chat one sec.
Sure.
Yeah, because blink cats. Because blink cats would be interesting because blink dogs were specifically created to combat displacer beasts, and they're mortal enemies of each other.
And
Blink cat to combat blink dogs.
Lucia,
got-
what does the letter say?
Does that mean that they're blink rats?
Do you want me to read it out?
This
Is it to a specific person or
If
to?
you want
It's
to.
apparently attached to Vellum's package, so.
To Vellum? Okay.
Displacer rats.
Let me just get the accent. To Vellum and his esteemed traveling companions. I hope that your journey has not been too arduous so far. Regardless of the tempestuous nature of your occupation, I hope these garments bring you some cheer in these exciting yet unpredictable times. I believe these may be to your liking, but if you have any concerns or adjustments you would like to be made, please relay this information to my feline companion and I shall alter them accordingly. Best wishes on your expedition towards the Tahosian Dynasty. And, of course, should you require my services again, I shall be residing in the walled city of Tektahos. Until then, I shall see you anon. Yours sincerely, Lucia Ulmorna.
Absolute professional.
Well,
Yes, I changed her accent. Don't worry about it.
I don't
fine.
care. It was fucking good.
Well, at least I'm not getting jumped. That's always a good news. And yeah, just gonna tuck that away for now. And see what this here package is about. Bye.
Alright.
And also try and get back to you, Kraz, about things. Life is hectic.
So, if you like, we can describe this new set of clothing later on. If you don't have anything prepared, Kraz.
Yeah, I don't have any drawings or anything, and I think Disable was going to say he was going to get back to me in regards to what he actually went with.
Yeah, you
Okay.
you sent
Oh, yeah.
a draft, and I haven't had time with all the move stuff going on to really address it, so it's
Yeah,
not
it's
immensely
not bad.
vital right now.
Yeah, no worries.
He's looked at it and is mulling it over for the time being.
You just get some fancy new clothes that fit
clothes.
exactly what you want.
Yeah, that didn't
I'll
come
still-
from an store.
I have more an excuse to redraw your token art.
But anyway,
sorry.
sorry?
We're sorry.
No worries. It happens. So anyway, after this, what initially you found to be a harrowing encounter is smoothed over, knowing that this is indeed Lucia's unnerving but friendly familiar.
And Vellum will probably. He's probably been up a couple hours. He needs to get sleep, and he's probably safe in the knowledge that nothing else is going to happen. So he's going to turn in.
Okay. Vladimir continues on the watch for the rest of the night, which thankfully is undisturbed.
Yes.
Eventually, you will come to. Oh. There we go. Eventually, you will come to wakefulness. With Vellum looks a little bit more startled than usual.
All in all, Liska. Summit came for you last night.
Okay.
And he'll just sort of hand the package off to her. From Lucia, back in Cliffspire.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm just as surprised as you are.
How'd you get it?
Magic.
Okay, makes sense.
That's all he has for it. He doesn't know fucking how. It
Well,
was magic.
Magic.
well. Hello,
Hello.
Vellum.
Yeah, Rugs?
You're not a wizard.
Yeah, that's why I don't know how it got here. All I know is magic.
What kind of magic?
Magic that puts one thing to another place.
I don't think that exists.
Well, I mean, the package here from Cliffspire, I mean, I figure it has to.
What? What happened?
Gestures to Liska's package.
And then what she's holding in her hands.
I already made that joke.
What happened? How would you get it?
Well, there was this weird freaky cat with big eyes that went off in different directions. And it just showed up, and then there was like a big hole in the floor, and these packages came out of it, and they floated over. So it was magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Yep, sounds like magic.
That does sound like magic.
Yeah.
Sure sounds
Where
like
did you
magic.
go anywhere, Liska? Well, I mean, Luce sent you something, so
Yeah, I had something, like she got something for me of a, like I was mostly just looking for, she's like kind of snapping her fingers trying to remember the name of the place. It's like the place that we're going to that would fits a bit better there.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. Something else, but mostly that.
Yeah, I kind of had the same sort of thinking. Though that was more just for the sake of changing what I had. Nice lady. Had a nice long talk with her.
Yeah, me too. She's very good at what she does. Very hands-on. I guess you have to be with the tailor, but you know.
Well, yeah. Suppose you have to be, but there's a lot more to her than you think. I think.
Okay.
First appearances and all that. Either way, should we head off?
Yeah. I mean, have some breakfast and then be on our way.
Yeah, no one wants an apple. Got a few left.
You checked him for whatchamacallits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, I'll have one.
Okay, have fun.
That was awesome.
Things you don't say when handing someone a fruit.
Yeah. He said he checked them. He didn't say he like. He didn't say he got rid of the ones that did.
Got it open anyway. Let's cut little slices out of it, just to make
Okay.
sure there's squibs in it.
It's filled with a maggot. No, I'm kidding.
There's 10,000 tendrils.
It's just the skin of the fruit filled with tentacles. So yeah, I also think Arngrim's gonna make breakfast, and so
Oh,
everyone
yeah.
gets plus 4 temp HP in case. I
Nice.
think that's just gonna be a thing he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's what he was doing anyway.
Okay, oh, excuse me. It made me fucking yawn. You eventually, as you all finish breakfast, a nice hearty Arngrim breakfast with beans, with meats, with various cured hams. I'll be honest, it's mostly meats. And
It's more than awesome.
And a little bit of apple.
oh yeah, a little bit of fruit. Just to even out that balanced diet.
Yeah, slightly singed.
You
Just
all
the way
eventually you all make your way back onto the road once more. Let's see. So Yun, as the day passes, you do notice up on the far side of the cliff what looks like wooden structures. It's difficult to see. It's very, very faint. You can just barely make it out. It's very far away, far up the mountainside. You can see what looks like half-collapsed wooden structures, like scaffolding almost, like gantryways that kind of make their way along the edge of the cliffside. Some of them have been collapsed. Looks like they're very old.
So yeah, what's the deal with all this then?
There's a collapsed bridge. Is that what it is?
Get like a gantryway, a walkway, poking out of the side of the cliff. Looks like it's been there for a long time. It's partly collapsed, and it's very, very far off. Only Sayun's able to notice this because of her high passive perception.
Does
I'm
it
definitely going to point it out because that's interesting.
does it look like there's? Is it like coming out of a hole in the mountain, or is it just like what looks like a pathway that led to the edge and just kind of partially went off and disappeared?
You would be able to see, Sayun, a couple of holes in the side of the cliff. What looks like the entrance to a cave. But from what you can surmise, this has probably been long abandoned.
Seems like there is a cave, but looks like it hasn't been touched in forever.
So, just to illustrate what I'm trying to get across here, you see, hang on. It's a cliff, and there's a gantry way along the side of the cliff. See that'll be the cliff. There's a pathway across the side of the cliff. And
So
it
it's
looks-
like the. Okay.
Yeah. It's like those sort of glass bridges that you see in like China or Japan. But it's made of wood and it's partially been collapsed. Looks like it's been probably from disuse.
Can't imagine why. It's almost like being above the ground a long ways. It's really harrowing.
A little bit. Arngrim is going to do a history check.
You've already done the history check. From the Hollow Valley, you know it was renowned for its bandits and brigands, and the high cliffs they provide them with ample crevices, caves, hideouts, and it's often difficult to bring them to justice due to how well prepared they usually are, and the difficulty of reaching such high places.
Well, we
So-
have a deep dweller and a climbing kit. So, if we want to,
do. Where am I going?
I'm gonna point to the gantry's like, well, I see some holes that we can potentially get into. Just to see. I mean, if it used to be where bandits hid out, and it's abandoned, what likely happened is that they were captured and possibly killed while they were out and about, and their loot might still be inside.
Oh,
I mean, it might be worth looking at, but Dinner, how high up is this?
Oh, it's probably a good few hundred feet up.
Getting up there is the thing. Is there a way up, or
I mean, I guess I could beat the way up.
Now just slowly looks over to Liska and then looks back to the various cave holes.
Yeah. How? I guess the question would be asked, like, how big do they seem from a distance? Like,
Anywhere between like 5 feet in diameter to 5 to 7 feet.
okay, she'd definitely be squeezing.
Yeah. Might be a tight fit for you, but looks plausible.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first tight place I've had to squeeze into.
so
Hello.
Yeah, people tend not to make caves for people like me.
I guess I go cliffing.
Alright then.
You're gonna take out his climber's kit.
not climbing 100 feet up, are we?
Sure are, buddy.
I thought we were going in like other caves that might lead up there. I thought that was the implication.
Where's the fun in that?
Not plummeting to our depths. That's where the fun is.
I got a climbing kit, it's fine.
Yeah, it's going to take you a while to get up there, but you can definitely spend.
Sure, we've climbed before. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
I think with the climbing kit, it's basically just
It
You
like
climb.
lowers the DC. like significantly lowers the DC, and then you can't fall like beyond 20 feet or something, right?
That's the point of a climber's kit. You don't fall to your death.
That is nice.
Hang on, that's the idea.
All right. Well, I guess let's get climbing.
Yeah, so someone was talking to me.
Just gotta leave our shit down here, I guess.
Okay.
Vardwig can watch it. She's been good at that.
Bear traps.
Very fast. Yeah.
Well, not worry.
Yeah, trap
I can look at it while you are away.
If anything happens, find some way to signal us. If you yell, or if you do like a huge magic thing.
Can do.
You won't.
Funka is going to put on his climber's kit. And he's gonna start climbing.
Okay.
How far up was it? Like 100 feet?
About 300, 400 feet up.
That's quite far.
That is quite far.
Yeah, these are huge cliffs.
Time
I'm
to
sure we want to
climb.
go up on the possibility of loot.
Hey man, I'm Sable.
Maybe there's like a fucking trail. up.
Sable. Sable. I've been sitting in this cart for weeks. I am incredibly bored.
Oh, sorry.
I want to climb the gosh
Hey,
dang
Gabbo.
mountain.
Let's go climb the 300-foot high cliff.
Yeah. I can start climbing.
All right. You spend a good 30. This will be more of an hour climbing this cliff.
Nice.
Until you eventually find your way up to the broken shards of this wooden gantry along the side of this kind of fixated out from the side of the cliff here. And as you lay a first foot on the wooden walkway, you feel a creak. And it is blustery and windy up here.
So, is it your walkways, or are there like rocky outcrops that are also footpaths?
There are
like walk paths.
there are periods of wooden walkways which kind of merge into rocky footpaths along the side of the cliff, which then kind of re-emerge back into wooden walkways. It seems as though these walkways were built in between these footpaths.
Alright, let's go have a look then. It is really windy up here.
Alright. Eventually, the rest of you follow them up, and particularly as Liska steps onto the wooden wooden walkways, you feel a slight creak, and then the splintering of wood.
I was gonna say, Liska would. So I like. Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
When we went up, like, I'm assuming we would aim specifically for where the holes are, so we're not having to walk across the shitty-looking gantry. But
Okay.
given that the gantry is sticking out from the wall, we'll have to at least step on it at least once. So Liska would definitely wait until they're inside, because she knows she's a big bitch,
Mm-hmm.
and this is the kind of thing that she would purposely avoid, having all their combined weight.
Yeah, that's fair.
On it.
Okay.
Because she's just like, she said so a little bit ago, like, yeah, they don't really build things for me. So She's dealt with that before.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
also doesn't really seem to be, as well built to begin with.
Mhm.
So you gradually make your way across the side of the cliff. Sans Liska, she's waiting for from opportunity to ascend the cliff at a specific point in where it opens into some sort of cave. So now that you're up here, you get a better view. You can see the cave here. There appears to be these somewhat rotted wooden doors, kind of half enclosed on the cave, sort of one side of the door. This is this great big log double door. Appears to be one of them is off its hinges, and you can see sprouting from the door, and there's like some sort of waterfall that seems to stream down below into the river, into the Esma River. So it seems this cave may have at one point been reinforced.
One thing, Jaina. As we're moving along, probably a huge mistake, but Vellum's going to look down. It's like a straight valley, right?
Yeah.
Gonna try and get a look up and down it from where we started, and see if there's any like signs of movement or people or anything to that effect. Because last thing we want is to be gallivanting up here and then suddenly bandits.
Yep. All right, go ahead and make a perception check.
And we'd love to.
12. You don't see much from up here, from down below. You can see the wind itself seems to be sort of slightly blowing against these massive wooden doors, with how blustery the air is up here. That's about it, really.
Okay, so I can't really make anything out. Well, the sooner we get in there and see what's going on, the sooner we'll be back. Because I remember this area was, known for banditry at one point. And habits like that don't change. Anyway, onwards.
All right. Making your way across, you venture towards these great big wooden doors.
Changing scenery. Oh, there we are. Okay.
Very interesting.
Gasp, we're inside.
Where's Liska?
There
I
she
am.
is.
The
Still
big
here.
bitch.
Yeah. Took her a second. She just kind of like grunts and squeezes. You hear like scraping of armor against stone, and suddenly she's like, "Oh."
So
Fuck this place.
you are currently on the side of the cliff right now. You can
Oh,
see
okay.
the wooden doors here.
Yeah, I'm definitely pointing that out too. The rest of the part that shit up here be a little funky.
So Liska's not technically there yet. She's waiting for everybody to go inside.
That's kind of why I moved forward.
Hey, this is kind of nice.
So this map we're on is technically inside, yes?
You are on the cliffs, on the side of the cliff right now.
Alright. Sneaky, cheeky, breaky. Oh. So, just to clarify, things I see on the map are things that Velen would see, yes?
Yes.
Flick the earring. I caught a glimpse of summit. I think it might be goblins.
Yeah. Oh no, someone's unconscious.
Standing there, staring
the
down.
fuck is happening?
That's goblins.
Why the fuck is Grunka unconscious?
I think he meant goose stealth.
No, I'm stealthing. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Fine.
I am.
Okay, there we go.
Fuck.
Why is everybody unconscious? Oh no, it's
I was
not
sleeping.
okay.
Don't worry about it.
Alright, I'm gonna fuck this spell.
Alright, everyone make a stealth check.
I have
See,
already-
I'm going to stealth, not everybody is going to stealth.
Oh, okay.
There
So you round the corner, Grunker, with your goblin eyes, with your deepling eyes. You can see within the cave. Looks like there are definitely the remains of some sort of bandit cave. You can also see what appears to be a number of small armoured figures laying on a few small bedrolls. So, what are you doing?
Sneak.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Already did.
Oh, 23. I like that.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there in the stream, yeah?
For now, gonna wait until everybody is like, you know, here.
All we're really missing is Liska.
And she's waiting until y'all are not on the gantry.
Will she be able to see that we're all sort of taking more stealthy stance from where she is?
Or probably. I mean, y'all can also use the earring to tell her what's going on.
Well, I mean, Drellum already.
Oh, did she? Okay. Or did he?
Yeah, you
Liska.
said I think I saw goblins, and then Grunko just rounded the corner and went, "Yep."
Liska, there's goblins,
Oh.
and they're sleeping, or dead.
Or both.
It's a very important distinction. You should probably figure out which.
We all know what they're gonna end up as.
Jeez.
Speaking of greenskin hatred,
Are they greenskin?
Yeah.
Mr. Goblins, yeah.
Alright, good. Fair game.
So once they're up, Liska's gonna be like, once they're, oh yeah,
No, Grunko is in combat mode.
time to change tokens.
We haven't even triggered combat yet, and he's already getting ready to murder shit.
We're gonna work our way down.
Working your way down, walking fast.
Okay, time for her to do her stealth check. Oh yeah, that's the good shit.
There's the comp.
Vellum, you because you're inside, with your passive perception, you hear what sounds like footsteps, the shuffling of armor,
It's Liska.
and it seems to be approaching from this side.
Which side?
This. Hang on.
Ah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, this
I
direction.
had to zoom out a bit to see where you were pointing. You have to flick the earring.
Yeah, the shimmer of torches. You see a shadow of a small figure.
I'm gonna flick the earring. One of them's awake and coming. I don't think I armor, but it's light in its footsteps. I'm sort of gonna.
What? I'm just kidding. Sorry, let's
Like,
go over 4 and stuff.
That does sound like a 4.
Yep.
Sao is staying outside to make sure Liska gets up safely.
She's meandering her way forward to south. Okay.
Footsteps are approaching closer now. You can see the shape, the shadow in the firelight, presumably coming from come on, this direction. The shape is becoming more defined, probably coming closer to the edge of the wall now.
I'd like to state that my weapon is not out yet.
Mhm.
If anything, I've got a javelin out, which is a lot less conspicuous.
Then a lightsaber.
Question, like lightsabers, can you have the hilt out and then you just like
Okay, I can.
turn it
but-
on? Okay,
I'm getting my ranged option now in case I need to yeet before I dive in.
gotcha. It's like I'll get my ranged option. I pick up Grunka.
I will range.
I'm just kidding.
You pick up a ball of darkness.
That's a fastball special. It's like yeet. It's like reminds me of when Grunka would hold onto a door and Liska would kick it.
Yeah.
All days. Those are quick note. We are about to reach 10 too soon, so
Yep.
what initiative made cliffhanger? So I'm not starting mid-combat.
So you see the shape rounding the corner now.
Easy, pop it.
Because Vellum, Arngrim, Grunka are all out in the open,
But this place is pretty dark.
We are kind of backlit.
let me
mainly our
dark vision. Would be out of the dark vision,
Yeah,
but you are
through your-
you are sort of backlit by the light coming inside from this narrow opening.
Liska's like half blocking the doorway.
Yeah. The
But she rolled a 4.
Yeah. The goblin. Clearly, this is a group of goblins who have found this place. It was once probably abandoned by bandits, has now taken up residence in their own, creating their own hideout from it essentially. And as this armored goblin turns the corner, sees this small group of people out in the open, partly blocking the light from coming in from through the doors. Immediately, he calls out, to his other compatriot, his other compatriots who gradually rouse from their slumber. Some of them, rolling from side to side, trying to get up, get their swords.
Turtle goblins.
Yep.
That's the sad thing about stealth rolls. We don't know that we did terrible in character. We're just doing our best.
Yep.
Yep. And that's pretty sad.
Immediately, they all jump up, arm themselves towards you. One of them puts puts two fingers to his mouth and whistles. And you hear, from deeper within the cave, a series of loud, deep barking sounds.
Oh, no,
Oh,
no,
nice. Yeah, but
Watch it be that they were just trying to start a new life here and be away from society.
And we'll end it there.
it's like, I mean, we could,
Trying to live their lives.
like, no one's attacked anybody yet. We could just,
Oh yeah, that's what Vellum's going to be doing. Is just going to say, "Look, why are you here? We don't want to fight."
I don't know about Angrim though.
Oh yeah, Angren. You know, I can only speak.
I don't know about Grunka though.
Yeah, I can only speak. For Vellum.
But,
I say we're easy to try whether or not everyone else is going to throw hands.
Guys, please, I just want to talk. Smack, 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 smack.
Am I
talking
talking?
to talk with
Have
the
a look.
language of fists.
And hammers.
They talk the language of grudges.
Jamie couldn't make it.
Sorry?
Yeah. As Jamie couldn't make it.
Make it.
Yeah, it
What?
seemed like he was having a lot of issues.
Atlas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Computer issues do happen.
Yeah.
He did well.
Maybe... Yeah, you did well.
So,
It's like it was. It's like he was still here.
yeah. So, next game we get to continue this completely improv dungeon that I made, just on the fucking
Nice.
fly.
Nice,
Like,
nice.
there's caves up here, and 300 feet up from where you are, and away from your belongings. And we're just like, let's fucking go up there. Just go straight up.
We're
into the
adventurous,
cave.
man. Let's
bored.
fucking explore.
Yeah.
Plus,
bored.
Grunka's like, I haven't
been.
been underground in weeks, man.
I yearn for the sweet embrace of the stone.
I yearn to be balls deep in Mother Earth.
God damn it.
Okay.
Okay. On that bombshell, I'm gonna end the
Deep
recording.
Weller incest.
Recording?
God fuck. Okay, 3, 2, 1.